floodlight, from the lane to the world, we stand shoulder to shoulder. Raise your scarves high in the Spurs corner. Oh, Tottenham Hotspur, North London is ours. North London will always be ours. In 17 Tottenham, home of the Spurs, White Hart Lane, home of the Spurs. Do you know what we are? Let me tell you what we are. Champions of Europe, that's what we are. Let me sing it again. We won it in Bilbao. Won it in Bilbao. Champions of Europe, that's what we are. Spurs corner, Tottenham till I die. Spurs corner, Tottenham till I die. Spurs corner, Tottenham till I die.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the best place to be in town on a Tuesday night. The Spurs Corner back again for you and for your pleasure. Smash a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the good stuff. You know how we do. Get your super chats in, and we will go through them every kind of half an hour. If the conversation's good, then it'll be a bit after that. But good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome. The return of the Lube Meister tonight. He's back.
Return of the loop.
Well, listen, Spurs are getting smashed all over the place. So it only makes sense we bring some lube to the show.
Lube has come at the right time then, by the sounds of it.
But Lubo, how you doing? You good?
All good. Good evening, everyone on the panel. Good evening, everybody watching and in the comments. Here we are, only 24 hours to kick off now.
Welcome.
Can't wait.
And we're down to bare bones, aren't we?
Is it 24 hours to lift off or 24 hours to brace for impact?
Never know. I think, we'll surprise everybody tomorrow night.
We will discuss it. We will discuss it. Iggy, you good? Busting the Spurs cap?
In morning, though, as you can see. I mean, it's morning. Yeah, big up, guys. Big up, guys. Look, the only comfort I can take is that in the Champions League we have seen a different Spurs to the one seen in the league. That's the only comforting that I can take from that. But look, I'm sure there's plenty of time to get into it. But yeah, big up to you guys. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to everyone watching, and make sure to smash a like and subscribe, guys. As always, helps the channel grow and all that good stuff.
Smash the like. JP, you good? Ready for our next home game against Man City? Looking forward to it. Another trip to the lane.
That's like 3 points, isn't it? Straight away, it's job done. Like, you know it's going to happen. You just know it's going to happen.
I don't know this time.
Sitting there going through that intro was just like, do you know what? Memories. Best bits. It's like right now it's such a polar opposite, isn't it? Jeez, man. But I'm with Iggy. I'm in black today as well. I think we've all got black on, so
got a little bit of black.
Everyone's
got a bit of black.
Gonna be a dark show today. But looking forward to it.
It's just a reflection of the mood being a Spurs fan, really. It's just that's all it is. It's just a reflection of the mood of the current Spurs fan. It should be anyway, that's for sure. 8 points above a relegation zone with the relegation zone teams picking up form. And we're nowhere near picking up that form.
We're
So
getting
it's,
sucked into it, mate.
it's
I tell you.
worrying times, man. It's worrying times.
You know, WWE wrestling, that the Undertaker music, boom, boom, and then he just comes with it. We should have remixed the intro to have the Undertaker music.
Yes.
We'll see
Maz,
what happens after next week's game. We'll
The
make
Grim
changes.
Reaper.
We'll do that when we get relegated.
yeah, that'll be next season's intro. Next season's intro. Maz, you good?
As good as I can be, I guess. Good as I can be.
The energy in the first 6-7 minutes, Lord. The energy levels.
Come on, let's go.
The energy levels.
It's the transfer window.
Boys
Come on,
and
let's get
girls.
excited.
Come on, guys. It's European night tomorrow night. We always turn up for European evenings, don't we? The league, forget. Domestic, forget. Europe, we're there.
We'll win the Champions League and get relegated. How about that?
Yeah.
Mate,
I'll
I'll
take
take
that.
that, though. I'll take that.
Who would take that? Hands up if you take that. Honestly, I'll take that.
It would literally be the end of Arsenal, wouldn't it, if we done that? Like, I know we'll be down in the Championship, but
Lord.
like, Arsenal doesn't need to exist after that, do they? They just fold the club.
Do you know what? Why don't we ask the people in the chat? Yes,
£1 billion.
guys in the chat, just yes or no answers. Would
I'm
you
gonna
take
do a
win
poll.
the Champions
Do a
League
poll, yeah.
and get relegated? Champions League winners and get relegated. Imagine that. Yes or no? Just smash that.
Do you know what?
At least we can say we're the first team ever to do that.
Yeah.
You know, first.
First team ever to win the FA Cup, non-league team.
Everyone-
Imagine on a Wednesday,
Surprised how many? You know what? How many yeses I can see already.
we're away at Millwall, and then we've got Real Madrid. Then we've
You've
got
got someone in the, still, you got someone
You're
in the
cutting out
comments.
still.
Still, you got someone in the comments. Archie Gray fanatic.
Hey,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
you. That's you, Luba.
That's
It's not me.
that's
I'm
just
not
pseudo
typing
account, isn't
anything.
You got your son to do it.
Yeah. Where's the missus?
My
So
missus
we-
doesn't even know who Archie Gray is, let me tell you.
Do you remember we said last year we'd take 17th and win the Europa, and we all said yes, and that's exactly what happened. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, man alive.
Just a quick question. Out of the 265 times we've done this, what topic would you like to cover tonight? The last match, the injury crisis, the board, or
Why don't we do like a little wheel that we can bring up
or
every
Thomas- or
time and you
Thomas
can
Ah,
just
yeah.
do
Spin
a
the wheel
fortune
and-
type thing and
Yeah,
it just like
spin the wheel,
selects.
see what it
Why don't we
lands
let the people in the chat decide what we should talk about tonight? What would
I'm
you like,
literally looking-
guys? What would you like us to cover tonight? What topic would you like us to cover? Let's see what they say, man. In and out.
In and
Yeah,
I'm literally looking.
that's a 10-second conversation. Yes.
I'm literally looking at the images that I've uploaded, and I've got Burnley away, Frankfurt, Man City, the current data on Tottenham, which is like that. The manager, the board.
Oh,
and
Stel,
then
that's a good
injuries.
one. You'll like that one, Stel. Fave post night out food. Oh, that's a nice little topic.
Oh,
Let's start light, something light, because you said the other night on the way back from Burnley that you stopped off at a nice place and you enjoyed the food there.
Food was fantastic. So we pre-booked because I did a search on the internet. Recommended pub on the way from Burnley to Stoke, because that's when I wanted to eat. I didn't want to eat after Stoke, right? Because it's too close to home. And this pub came up called the was it the Furtsman Inn, something like that. It was a country road. There was nothing there. There was a cathedral, this pub, and nothing else. It just fields.
amazing.
The food was top drawer, and they served Jeremy Clarkson's beer called Hawkstone. What a beer that is! Yeah, classic British beef ale, mushroom pie, mushy peas, Irish stew, They do Irish stew as well.
Still, Archie Gray Fanatic said you should have visited them in Stoke.
I didn't know you lived there, mate. Sorry. Next time. If I knew, I would have told you to come to the pub. Would have bought you a beer, but yeah, you could have come round still. It's a bit late now, but big up. Big up. Okay, right. Was it favorite food? Is that what the question was?
Favorite post match something was it?
Post night out.
Yeah,
it's got to be a kebab.
I think a kebab's like the default answer for everything, isn't it? Really, especially if you had a few drinks.
18 pints, I would say.
Yeah. After the fourth or fifth pint, you're just like dying for a kebab.
Lubo, Johnny, Iggy, favorite post night out food?
Post match.
Post match, post night.
Yeah, post night.
Yeah.
It was always kebab, wasn't it? It was always. I always fancied a doner. Depends. It depends if I've been drinking, and I've had a few, then yeah, doner kebab would have been my preferred choice. Now that I've got older and I don't drink as much, it's a cheese and ham toasty for me, man.
Go home and have a cheese and ham toasty.
I'm telling you. No, it's true. No, if I'm coming back, check it out. If I'm coming back at 2 or 3 in the morning, I actually look forward to it. I get the bread. I get the it might be like salami and mozzarella. It was something like that, and I make it on a toast like that, and it's boom. I love it. A drizzle of olive oil. I know I'm going proper Mediterranean.
Now you're trying to make it Italian.
Do you know what? No, it's just again. It's like when I was younger,
a little grated parmesan, some sprinkle of.
It was always a kebab.
Chili.
But you know what? But again, for me to have that, I have to be heavy. I have to have had really like drinking all night. If I haven't and stuff like that, I can't get to. I struggle to get to sleep, man. If it's heavy.
Iggy, what I really want to know is when you slice the salami or the ham, how do you
Listen, mate, I am the king of sandwiches, man. If I got fresh bread and I got mate, I'll make you a banging. My favorite is like having that fresh prosciutto with sliced mozzarella, olive oil drizzle on the bread, but the bread's got to be baking hot. A drizzle of olive oil, and oregano, and tomatoes.
After a night out.
We were talking about sandwiches, man. We were talking about sandwiches.
Mate,
we went a little bit away from that.
Mate, he's in the kitchen at 3 a.m. making dough for pizza.
No.
Iggy, what about a nice bruschetta? When you get
love it. I love all that stuff. I love anything with garlic. But I can't listen, guys. I can't eat that shit no more. Like not till 3 a.m, man. I'll be fucking awake all night.
Yeah, but you'd be awake all night making that sandwich.
Yeah, but it's part of the enjoyment, isn't it? Listen, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it. But
can we end the show now?
What would you guys have? Do you all have kebabs? You all have kebabs, greasy kebabs, where it's just
if I've had
half of the night trying to digest it at your age.
Now I'm a lightweight and I can't drink as much anymore.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to get at, man.
A nice kebab, on the way home, soak up that alcohol is lovely, jubbly. Little bit of onion.
Alcohol. That's what I'm saying. If you've been drinking, then that's probably my preferred choice. Go for it. But if I ain't, man, because if you're half cut, man, you're gonna fall asleep a lot easier.
Lubo thought he was coming to have some really serious Tottenham talk, and we're talking about kebab shops and lovely bread. And
I'm gonna choose a nice chicken box with rice.
We're trying to avoid talking about Tottenham, guys. That's what we're trying to do.
Talking about at least for 10 minutes. We're trying to avoid it. Now that everyone's happy, we're talking about food. Now we're going to get into the pressing mode, talking about Spurs. Don't worry, Timbuktu. We'll get there.
Iggy,
What?
Ease
Iggy,
into it.
street license, 5 o'clock on a Saturday, or whenever the end of the match is, with your sandwiches, standing outside, you know, maybe with an Italian touch, market it,
I like
and
that.
away you go.
I think that's what Spurs are missing.
People will come out and they'll be buying your sandwiches. You know,
You can call it Iggy's Corner.
can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh, stop the match. We've got
And we
Iggy's
can do a
sandwich.
banging tune for that.
The Italian corner.
Italian
Italian
Banging
corner.
tune, man.
Oh dear. Right, come on, let's get into the game. Come on. Let's start the show now.
By the way, to the Stoke fans in the chat, this is the place. It's called the Fitzherbert Arms, right? I highly recommend it. It's a wicked old school pub.
Proper.
Absolutely banging, honestly.
Do you know what? I love the simplicity of it. It looks
Oh,
proper
it's
homely, man.
Iggy
It doesn't
was
even
great.
feel
And
like
his-
a pub. It
Oh,
feels
is
like
that an
you're-
open fireplace as well there? Oh, that's
There's
awesome.
two. There's two
Oh
open
yeah,
fireplaces.
that's wicked. Yeah.
Mate, proper pie. Proper
Did it make
pie.
you forget? Did he make you forget how shit it was against?
Look at that.
Mushy peas still. Mushy peas, mate.
Oh,
Mushy
Proper
peas.
northern
Listen, I'm not just saying it. It's the food there is very, very good.
Did it make you forget
alright.
about the Burnley? Was it worth the trip?
That was the only highlight of the trip.
That was the highlight.
That was the
It does
highlight.
look
Everything else
amazing,
is
though.
an
I'm not going to
absolute-
lie. It looks really nice. I might have put a two away
should we
there.
drive up there, Ricky? It'll only take us about 4 hours to get there.
Just for that.
You're
To
right,
get to the pub,
20 minutes
to
away.
get to the pub is about two and a half hours. Not we'd have to go all the way to Burnley.
Mate, we went to fucking Newcastle and we had the Nando's.
That
We went
was,
all the way to Newcastle to have a Nando's. Look at these
that
two
was
next
nice,
to me.
man.
Look at these two here, man.
It
We
was
went
nice,
all the
man.
way to Newcastle and we had a Nando's.
Well, we did have a
Mate,
brown ale as well.
We came out of that.
I like
4-0.
Nando's.
I do like Nando's, but to go to a Newcastle to have it, we could have had it here. But what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say
but
is,
we didn't know what we were doing.
yeah, we didn't know what we were doing.
We just got battered
Maz,
4-0.
we
We were
came out. We
disillusioned.
came out of St James's Park so battered that we just stumbled into any place to
The
eat.
6-1 the season before didn't convince you not to go, clearly.
No.
Mate,
What Iggy's
the
not
game
telling
was
you-
done. Half
hold
time,
on,
4-0 down.
hold
See you
on.
later. Good night. God bless.
Hold on, Iggy. This is unfair, right? Me and JP were battered, not you, because when we got to the stadium, they put all the Spurs fans in the top terrace. It's something like 172 steps. Me and JP had to walk that, and you blagged the disabled lift because you pretended to be someone's carer, if you remember. So Iggy's gone up with the lift, right?
You're being a bit. You're not making me coming off really good here. Basically, someone had to split. We was three of us. Someone had to split off.
You got
Someone had to
lift
split off, and neither of you wanted to split off. So I said, you know what? I'll do it. I did not know where we were sitting. I had no idea where we were sitting.
The
You got
lift,
the lift, we
was only for carers with. I think there was an old person, an old Spurs fan, and they were allowed one kind of carer. So you couldn't be the carer, and me and JP had to walk. We had to walk
8
to the
hours
top.
on the steps.
It just reminds me, can I just mention one funny story, just talking about food. Last time Spurs played Middlesbrough, I think Sonny scored 2 absolute blinders. I think it was probably the first or second season he was at the club. And we went into this pizza place not far from the grounds, and we sat down, waitress comes up. She said to my pal Brad, she said, are you up for the football? She could hear we had a London accent. Are you up for the football? She said. We just looked at her and deadpan. But we're not up for the pizza, darling.
Oh, you went to a restaurant, the waiter comes over and you cussed them before you even had food. You cussed them when they come for the pizza. All right then. Yeah,
I
can imagine the pizza.
pineapple on that pizza.
I'm sure you had a nice tomato base on that pizza.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, Burnley away. Big up to all the travelling fans. There we are. Well,
Yeah, loads of them. Look at that. You and the geezer with his back towards you.
The service stations. Big up to the the caravan of a toilet they gave us with no sinks. Thank you, Burnley.
It's what you deserve. It's what you deserve.
That was the toilet at Burnley, right? Big up to
Is there a
Graham,
reason for that, by the way? Was there a reason
Paddy
for that?
J. Yeah,
Was there a
because
reason for that?
Burnley's like third world.
That's how you used to treat the away
No,
fans.
no.
Man.
Was there a lose out of bounds or something like that? I don't know. Was there a reason
but that's
for
how
that?
you
Burnley is like the
away
third
fans.
world. It's not. Burnley's just a really run-down. But listen, big up to Burnley. They were lovely people. Like really friendly.
Straight after you cuss them, big up, guys.
Big.
Run down third world country. Big up all the Burnley fans, by the way. You just rinse them. I haven't been there. I heard the stadium is old though. I heard the stadium's old.
Now hold on. The
seats
stadium was fantastic. Old school. Okay. Loved it. Had a nice vibe. This is what football should be like. It smells football when you're there. Nothing corporate about it. It was really, really nice. Look, Burnley are happy to be in the Premier League, right? When you get into Burnley, the whole town goes to the game. Like every door opens. It's not a big place, a very, very small place. It's like the whole town goes to Burnley. There's no other team there. It's not like London or Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool. There's teams around it. Burnley's just Burnley. And fair play to them, man. They all get behind the team. And it's a, you know, for them being in the Premier League is such a big thing. Like us in that 62,000 seater stadium, we take it for granted the size of club we are. We forget what we are. You go to these other clubs and you realise they are the majority of football clubs. The majority of clubs are like that. Was it 96 teams in the country? Most teams are probably like 92. Most teams are probably like Burnley. So, and they're fans. They're a good laugh, man. We had good banter with them. They're a nice bunch. No, I've got nothing bad to say about the fans and the club. It's a proper community vibe. It's nice. And listen, they got a draw out of us. So, you know, we went there and then we got a draw out of us.
No. They didn't get a draw out of us. We got a draw out of them.
Yeah, the town of Burnley in the 2021 census had a population of just over 78,000. There you go. So you're looking at
so slightly bigger than the Spurs Stadium.
Yeah, slightly bigger.
Right, so the Spurs Stadium is the population of...
That's quality.
This is what I mean. The whole town go to the game. They're all walking.
The only club, the nearest club, I think, is Blackburn, which is about 15 miles away, I think. 12, 15 miles. That's it.
Listen, guys, we went to Burnley. They're favourites to get relegated. And we were the better team on the day. We were a better team. Their goalie had a cracker. Frank made some very, very odd decisions that partly cost us. But overall, we can't finish. And Burnley, they sniffed that there was something to get out of the game. And some of their passing at times, I've got to say, you know, Scott Parker they were moving the ball nicely. Marcus Edwards was turning in midfield. No one was shutting him down, and they got their goals. Is 2-2 fair? I think Spurs deserved to win it, but based on chances taken, yeah, it was fair. And they had a goal disallowed as well for offside, only just. So, I don't know, listen, I don't know if it was a fair result, but you knew, right, in the terraces, we knew that second Burnley goal was coming. You could smell it. You know when when the way the game's moving, you know it's coming. We knew they were going to get that goal. And Romero and Van der Ven saving us again, carrying the club. I don't know what more I can say, guys. We're saying the same thing every week.
Yeah, listen, man, I agree.
Apparently, we did have more of the ball, didn't we? We had more of the ball. We had more possession.
Mate, the first half for me was a killer. For me, it was just the first 45 minutes was a complete and utter waste of time. We just couldn't get anything going. The second half was a little bit different, but I don't know if partly because we was chasing the game and or what have you, and the need and I don't know. It feels like the players kind of just take it upon themselves to kind of play the game. I just don't. I don't enjoy. There's a lot of the games I haven't enjoyed this season, but the first halves in particular, I don't enjoy them, man. I just don't like them at all. I know that we set up different with the three and the fullbacks high up. By the way, I'm reading the comments earlier on that Power's out for 4 weeks and Van der Ven's got a knock. Is that even true? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. We've got injuries to discuss. Yeah.
So, but I just don't. I just don't enjoy watching us play. I don't enjoy it. In the Champions League, I have to say it's a little bit different. But in the league this year, I don't recall a lot of games where I've enjoyed in its entirety the way we've played. And you're right, man. Like, and every time we go up north, it's Romero that's bailing us out. And it happened at Newcastle. It happened again. Burnley. The captain's bailing us out, man. And for those who
Didn't
give
he
him
score?
shit,
Didn't he score in the last game as well before Burnley?
No, that was West Ham, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, scored against West Ham.
Yeah, It's just and he gives us, I don't know.
It was a good goal by Romero as well.
Yeah, he gets so much shit. You know that Romero gets so much shit, and I don't get it.
Everyone gets.
Listen,
shit,
I think players should get shit from what they're doing this season at Spurs.
Absolutely,
But I don't
think.
think there's how there's certain players that are targeted by fans. I'm sure every club
Because
has that.
the players
It just
that
feels
are
like
targeted,
he's up there. He's up there.
because the fans expect more from him because he's meant to be our World Cup winning captain.
Yeah, but there's
And
I agree,
to be
but
honest, I think this season, although he has had woeful displays as well, but
It's 6.5, isn't it?
6.5 after another. That's right. I mean, my view of the Burnley game is that what we had. I was buzzing from the Dortmund game because that was, for me, the Dortmund game represented what we sort of did against Man City and the way we handled Brentford. It was, I thought we played well. I thought we looked comfortable. That there was really good individual performances from the Dortmund game. I was quite happy with the way we played in that game. He goes to Burnley, and whilst he did play effectively like a 3-4-3 type thing or a 5-3-2 or whatever the formation was. It's like it was different. He's like, why not keep the players that played well and deserved to be in the team? I know he needs to rotate, but when you're hemorrhaging points in the league, rotating those players in and out is not going to help you gain any consistency. It's not gonna reward the players that need rewarding. And we discussed this several weeks ago. Why is it that when a player plays well, they never get rewarded at Spurs? You see it time and time again. Whether it's Gray, whether it's Bergvall, whether it's Spence, whoever the player, it doesn't matter who the player is. They have a good game, and there's no guarantee that in the next game they're not going to be rotated out. Paulinho, how many games has he been our best player on the pitch, yet he was dropped? It just doesn't make sense. So,
Maz,
Hennessy, he got injured, didn't he?
No,
dropping a Dogie was shit.
Yeah, no, but recently Paulinho's got injured. But 3-4 weeks back when he wasn't injured and he wasn't starting the games, why isn't Paulinho starting? He's our best midfielder, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? And it just doesn't make any sense. And
he made 3 changes, didn't he? He brought Mickey in through Dogie. Bergvall was injured. He dropped Gray to the bench, and he brought in Basuma and Gallagher. He brought Danso.
Yeah.
He brought Danso in again, and so
dropped Gray.
He had Gray. But he needed to take Gray out because if Gray got injured, we'd have been short tomorrow, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but this is where I think he's. Yeah, but whenever they try and mitigate this stuff, someone else just gets injured, and he needs to pick up points in the Premier League. Otherwise, he isn't going to have a job. See, this is what I rate about the previous managers we had, where they're winners or they're a lot more intelligent than what our current managers have been, is that they picked a competition. They thought, right, I can't compete on all 4, so I'm just going to prioritise the Europe and the league. Stuff the other competitions, and whilst we didn't like it as fans, at least they made the choice, and at least they got the I guess the results they wanted to out of the competitions, right? With Frank, what is his priority? If it's every single game, then he's failing miserably, right? Apart from the Champions League.
Maz, at the start of the season, I said on a show with Lubo, if Frank tries to go for everything, he's going to find very quickly everything will collapse around him. Unless he prioritizes, he's absolutely screwed because we've never had a squad to compete on all four fronts.
We've never had
so,
it.
So he needs to choose league or Champions League. We can't do both. We can't.
Can't do both.
The thing is, if I'm being honest, we probably couldn't even win both of those two that you've just selected. You'd honestly say if you're coming in as Frank, the target should honestly be reasonably all right in the league and either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. Those two cups should have been the target.
Yeah, he should have gone all out for the Carabao Cup, all out.
And to be fair to the previous managers, at least they did get us to some finals and some semi-finals of the cups and stuff like that. But they showed a lot more consistency than what we've shown. Certainly under Frank, certainly more consistency than Frank, and certainly more consistency than Ange did. When you look back, sorry, Levi, when you look back at the statistics from previous managers, it's beggars belief that we just didn't keep those managers on and we sacked them. You know, Conte's record was pretty bloody good. Jose's record was pretty good considering he sort of had half of one season and half of another, right? Pochettino's statistics were excellent. Then you even look at AVB's record and Tim Sherwood's win rate, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, they're much higher than what we've had recently, and we hated them.
By the worst statistically.
Yeah, and we've fallen so far below even previous standards, and wow, well, I'm just lost for words.
Maz, I can't say you got it wrong Saturday because we had the chances. We had 63% possession. We had 11 shots on target to their 4. Their keeper made 9 saves. I think it's the most that any keeper's made in the Premier League this year. Yeah. So, we created chances. We just didn't finish them.
Just didn't put them away.
But we've created chances in games where we've lost as well, and we didn't finish them. Where do you draw the line, Levi? That's what I'm saying. I understand that. Look, it wasn't disastrous against. I agree with you. I don't think, we should have definitely. I think we should have won that game with the players that we've got in comparison to Burnley. But Frank's his own worst enemy. He literally is his own worst enemy with some of the tactics and some of the substitutions he does. And he's done this consistently throughout the season. I mean, name me a result where he's done excluding the Champions League, where he's done substitutions and it's turned the whole game around.
Well, I'd say Brighton when he brought Xavi Simons on, and it was all Spurs at that moment
to get a draw.
Okay,
save the game.
But it changed the game because we were 2-1 down unfairly because apart from the 2 stupid goals we gave away that day, Spurs played well. But Simons came on and he dictated the whole tempo of the game. He just changed.
But we're halfway through the season and we can pick out one game.
Yeah. No, there's been a few, and there's been a few bad ones as well. He's been average. For me, his performances have been up and down. I would have liked, it's funny, people are going on about Carrick because he's had 2 good weeks. Although, if he came to Spurs, everybody would say, well, he's 1-0, he's a loser. But Carrick's got the full Man United squad to pick from. Frank has never had that. So,
yeah, but he's also
got a new gum.
See, this is for me, this is an excuse, and we always find excuses for Frank. Michael Carrick took over a Man United team that was playing rubbish, that weren't doing well, right? They weren't doing well. He's gone in there, same set of players, and he's raised the level. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to be Man United, but a manager can just raise the level a little bit with each player and win 2 more games than what we've done this season. We're now in Europe. We're now in that top 6. We're only 8 points off top 4. So if we won 2 more games this year by having different tactics and a different way of playing football, we'd be in Europe right now. No one would be moaning. And that's what Carrick's done. He's gone in there, said, right, you lot are much better than what the last manager's doing. I've just got to raise the level. He's changed the formation. He's brought back Kobe Mainu. He's got more out of Cunha when the last manager couldn't. And the way they move the ball, and this is the thing for me, look at the way they move the ball. This is what he did at Middlesbrough. His philosophy is completely different. Amrin was stubborn, back five, very defensive. It was a nonsense.
Look at the players still he's got at United.
You're missing my point, Lubo. My point is, if you just get a little lift from each player by changing how we... Like Lubo, I've said for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, this team we've got is not a top 4 team. We are not a top 4 team. I don't expect anyone to get top 4 with these... 14. Right, but to say we are 14th with this squad is an absolute con. We are conning ourselves by listening to this nonsense. This squad, if set up correctly, doesn't finish 14th. It finishes higher up. The way we play, but every single game, I sat there against Burnley. Vicario gets the ball. He's only allowed to pass to Romero or Van der Ven. Romero or Van der Ven. That is coached because it happens every single game. And there's no adaptation to how we play out from the back. It's never to the wing back. It's never long and wide into the channel. It's always Romero, Van der Ven. Carrick's come in and said, right, I'm changing that. We're doing it a bit different. Our manager is the same way of playing out from the back every single game. It doesn't work. These players can't do it. The formation we play, it doesn't work for us.
I'm going to give you two answers.
So all you hear is, but Man United have got better players. They've got a better manager as well. Lubo, they've now got a better manager as well.
Fine, but do you not think Carrick, if Carrick has a choice of getting extra out of Cunha, Sesko, Mbeumo and Bruno, or Solanke, Odegaard, Mawani and Simmons, who do you think he's going to get most out from? Which team do you think?
Lubo, of course. But he went to Arsenal.
Different level to ours.
No. See, you're ignoring what I'm saying. He went to Arsenal. Lubo. He went to Arsenal.
Let me answer the second part.
So what you've done there is disingenuous because what you're saying is our players can't improve at all. None of them.
No, I'm sure they can, but not to the level that those four players started playing to their ability.
I just said our squad isn't top 4. I just said that though. I just said we're not top 4 like Man United. But still, we shouldn't be 14th. We shouldn't be 14th.
If you take out Ange's first 10 games, and I'm going to even that out.
Forget Ange. No, I don't want to talk about Ange. No, don't talk about Ange.
No, but if you look at our record over the last 3 years.
No, you're doing a Johnny and Savile and Sean and everyone else does this. Let's talk about Frank.
We're mid-table for the last 3 years still. This is no...
Lubo, 2 years ago, we finished 5th. What are you talking about?
Right. Only because of the first 10 games. After those 10 games, our record would have put us 12th. If you turn round, if you give Ange grace and say he threw the league after we won the 3 games in February, we were 13th when he allegedly threw the league. So 12th, 13th, 14th. It's all mid-table.
And that's why he got sacked. Because he wasn't doing a good job.
And this is what this.
No, stop there. That's why he got sacked. He wasn't doing a good job.
Can I just interject with one point? You two can carry on.
Lubo,
when I've looked at Lubo, look, I've heard the argument that we've had a lot of injuries. But when you look at the starting 11 for most of the games this season, near enough he's had his full back 4 available, right? Most of the time, vast majority of the time, right? Vicario's always been in, right? Until recently, Bentancur's always been available, right? Gray has generally been available. Paulinho's generally been available. Simmons has always been available. You know, Mawani was, when he came in, he had a dead leg, didn't he? But aside from that, he's been available. What I'm getting at is when you look at the starting 11s, it's not much difference to our best team, excluding Kula and Maddison, right? Kudus has been available for most of the season until recently, right? So this idea that him having loads of injuries has stopped him from fielding out his best team is not true because you look at the
I
starting.
didn't mention injuries. I haven't mentioned injuries this season.
You said the amount of players available. Oh, sorry, I maybe I misunderstood your point. I thought you said that the players available, like as in the whole squad.
No, he did. He did.
Injuries.
He said Carrick's got all his players available.
Carrick has had for these 2 games. He's had his best team. Frank's never had Maddison or Kulu.
But Maddison, no. But this, I hate this argument. Kulu, everyone was slating last season, right? We've got Kudus, who's meant to be better than Kulu, right? And Maddison, when you compare Maddison's stats to Xavi's stats over the last few years, they're very similar statistic-wise. So we brought in Simmons to replace Maddison. So he has to live by his, if he lives by the sword, he has to die by the sword. He wanted him in. He's got him. The club has brought in a £50 million player to replace Maddison for him. So why all of a sudden are we just binning off Xavi and Kudus like they're not equivalent to Maddison and Kulu?
No, but if you're comparing Simmons to Maddison year on year, Maddison got a 22 GA last year. Simmons is nowhere near half of that.
Well, the season hasn't finished yet, right? And unfortunately for Simmons,
we're nearly 2/3 of the way through.
We're not 2/3 of the way through. We're halfway through the season.
23 out of 38. Another 3 games, and we're 2/3 of the league through.
Right,
but also both domestic clubs.
Right, but that's not Xavi's fault, is it? That is the manager's fault because the whole team is not bloody scoring.
I'm not saying that Xavi's fault that where we are. I'm just putting.
I'm talking statistically. The whole team is suffering because of Frank, right? So this is why I dislike when they're acting like Maddison and Cooley suddenly change Frank's tactics and the way the whole team's performing. That's just not true.
But you know what? Listen, Frank plays a very boring, pragmatic way. It's a bloody tough watch. I don't enjoy it. But if you look at the goals we conceded, and Saturday's a prime example. Those goals we're conceding, not down to Frank, they're down to the players. The players are switching off. How does Twanzebe walk in? We have a back 3. How does he walk into our 6-yard box and nobody picks him up? Seriously,
this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
The players are giving away so many goals.
You're see, we're pointing the finger at the players when we're dismissing what the manager did as well, right? Both can be true. We've got a crap manager and players that need to be better. Both can be true. Udogie had a fantastic game against Tottenham. Udogie allowed Spence to be free to attack and not have to worry about tracking back too much because he covered that space and he does it really well. One-on-one, Udogie is actually a good player defensively. He dropped Udogie for the Burnley game. What happened? Kyle Walker pushed up into the space Udogie was meant to be. No one was covering that area now. And Kyle Walker puts in a cross. They score and it's given offside. That was a warning sign that not having Udogie there is a problem. What do we do?
I'm sorry.
Luke, let me finish, please. Let me finish. We let it continue, and Kyle Walker was causing us problems. And then what happens? Walker puts in the cross, and Trezeguet scores. Yes, you're right. They switched off. But the cross coming in and the attacking play could have been prevented at source. But instead, we facilitated them having an opportunity to attack by dropping Udogie. And you know what? I said this before the game to Graham and Peter, who I went with. Why has he dropped Udogie? This is going to be a problem because the alternative he put in there was not the solution. So when they scored, I wasn't surprised it came from that area. And I know I'm right because second half, he took off Porro, put Spence to right back, put Udogie on at left back. Not once did Kyle Walker put in a cross second half when Udogie was there. What a surprise. That is management. That is management, not the players.
No, that's fine, but that doesn't excuse the players who are in the vicinity to not go out and close down Kyle Walker because
it's fine, but that's the causation.
No, right, but you can't just say, well, Destiny's not here today, so I'm not going to bother. Let him cross it. I'm sorry.
No, what I'm saying is the best player for the job was deliberately put on the bench.
No,
like he dropped Paulinho for weeks and weeks and weeks, and
Right.
it was a problem.
but where are the Spurs players in the first half closing down Walker? Twice. Not once, but twice.
Lubo, look who he put.
Where
Look who
are
he put left back. Look who he put left back.
Ben Davis would have been playing if he hadn't been injured. I reckon he would have been playing.
JP Iggy, what's your thoughts on this? Because you lot have been quiet for 10, 15 minutes.
Look, man, for me, in the 6 months that he's been in charge, I've not really seen any real patterns of play. I haven't seen anything to show any kind of identity in his team. You start with the spine of the team, with the exception of the goalkeeper and the two centre-backs. Paulinho was brought in to be part of that focal point in at number 6, which we all agreed that we desperately needed one. And I thought we purchased, or at least we brought in on loan, a very good number 6. And then inexplainably, out of the team for weeks on end when he's been available. I know he's been injured now, but he was available at the time because he was on the bench. He was coming on. I've never understood why he was dropped. I can understand rotation, but he was dropped for weeks on end. And then, Xavi Simons with no creative midfielders such as Maddison, and then Kulusevski not being there, and Kudus getting injured. He was supposed to be our source of creative player, the only creative player. Again, inexplainably, he's in and out of the team. And then, like I said, I can't understand what our role is. Do we play with the wide players to try and get balls in the box for forwards to get into? Do we try and play through the middle? The game against Aston Villa for me was very telling, because in that second half we was getting through in the middle, and he completely and utterly dismantled that with weird tactics, with weird substitutions. Then we needed a goal. We put a forward on who then results to go and play out wide, put him on the right wing, Scarlett that is. And we've resorted to going back to getting into the wide areas when we was cutting them open and through the middle with Marnie and Xavi Simons. There's been so many games that I've never understood what the plan of action was, what the intent of how we want to play is, how we want to play, what the patterns of play are. I don't know, man. I don't know. And this is, the first few weeks or first month or two, I remember saying that I thought he had made, we started to concede less goals. We were certainly getting better from defending corners. I saw that in the first sort of few weeks of him being in charge.
Yeah.
But then it just went all completely wayward, and we wasn't even taking shots on goals anymore. Now we'd go games where the goalkeeper hadn't made hardly a save to make. So 6 months on, I haven't seen anything to make me see, do you know what? Yeah, I can see what he's trying to do there. Like last year, there were patterns of play in making sure Johnson would always get the tap in at the end. We'd go for the left-hand side, put the ball across, and then Johnson would be there for the tap-ins. And we said, we only score through tap-ins, but at least that was a plan. It might not be one that you like, but at least it was a plan. I haven't seen anything this year to make me think, this 6 months, and you think you'd see something by now to suggest anyway that. But also, to finish off, I don't see a team and manager fully connected in belief in the way they want to play. What I saw with what I've seen with Carrick, yes, Man United have got a better squad and all of that, but I've seen that Carrick is just. It's almost as if, when you watch a game and it's just they say, no, this is too difficult. Let's simplify it. It seems to me that Carrick has just simplified it. It's given them a bit of love, bit of belief, and there seems to like there's a little bit more unity in the last few games under Carrick. And then you've got the talent that they will do the rest. But there's clear patterns, even in the way Man United try to play. It's very clear. It's very clear in how they want to play football. And what Arsenal struggled against them is that they played ball on the floor. They were proper playing in the park. They struggled Arsenal with that.
1-2.
They absolutely struggled with it. They were, one pass was cutting 4 players out of the game. They was really struggled with that. And I can see the intent in that game. I saw the intent of what Man United were trying to do. all right? And you think it might go, it might happen, it might not, but I can see it. When I watch Spurs, mate, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I didn't see nothing when I went to watch them live against Sunderland at home. I don't see nothing through the TV. There's nothing to make me see or make me think, yeah, this is how we want to play. And so I don't think the players fully follow the manager. I don't think the manager has a very clear idea. Maybe because it's under real pressure. It's not. You lose a bit of clarity when you're always under pressure. I don't think he has the true clarity on how he wants to play, and therefore and the results are not forthcoming, which adds to it. So I don't know how he's going to get out of this.
Answer me this. I remember having this argument with.
I'm not. By the way, Aris friends, I'm not comparing Spurs to the Gooners. I'm just trying to see again. Which part did I compare Tottenham with for Arsenal? I was talking about Man United. The way they played against Arsenal with a manager that's just literally got in charge 2 or 3 games ago. I could see the clear indications of how Man United want to play. I'm not comparing us to us. I'm just saying the guy's done it in 3 weeks or 3 games. When Nottingham Forest hired Sean Dyche, you could see straight away what he tried to do and how he tried to implement it. The results have been coming in and out. The intent. What I'm trying to say is the plan, the intent. What is the action? What is it that they're trying to do?
And if we're talking about intent, all right, and if we're talking about him,
I was meant to get JP in as well, by the way.
Yeah, okay. This will be my last point. If we're talking about intent, and if we're talking about addressing issues by i.e. we haven't got Maddison, we've got Kulu. So he's brought in Kudus, he's brought in Xavi, and he knows that Solanke's out, and he knows there may be a deficit in the goals because Maddison's out and he had 22 GA. So what does he do? Right? He doesn't play Johnson. Now, I hate Johnson. I don't want to see him in the team anyway, right? But the people that are saying that they're missing Maddison and Kulu, well, why aren't you having the same vigor about him not playing Johnson every week because he was our top goal scorer last season?
Doesn't fit the system, does it, Matt?
Why not? You can stick him out on the left. On the left wing, who's been on the left wing? Odegaard or Tell? He's been chopping and changing them all season. He hasn't given one player a proper decent run to establish themselves.
So scoring, he's doing nothing. We're playing with 10 men, and that's the problem. That's the problem with Johnson.
Do you know what I keep reading? Sorry, Jim. What I keep reading in the comments is the players, all right? They've got a better team than us. Man United have got a better team. What I'm saying, though, no matter what team you manage, whether you're at the top, whether you're at the middle, or whether you're at the bottom, each of those teams, each of those managers have a plan of how they wish to play. Whether it's a right plan or wrong, there's a clear indication of how they want to play. They might be successful at it, they might not. What I'm failing to see at Tottenham is a plan. What is it that we try? Do we play with wide players, try and get in behind and put crosses in? Do we try to play through the number 10? Do we even have a number 10? Do we try to play through the midfield? Do we try to play from the back? Sometimes we play through the back. Sometimes the goalkeeper goes long. And so all of a sudden we scrap the playing from the back and the keeper starts launching it to a striker that cannot hold up the play. What I'm trying to say, guys, if I haven't made it clear enough already, is that when I watch Tottenham, compared to what I watch the other teams, doesn't matter if it's Man United, Arsenal, or City, or the middle teams, or the bottom teams, each of them, I see the way they want to play, and I don't see any of that at Spurs. And that is, well, whatever it may be. The manager first and foremost. We don't know how Frank wants to play with our team because we've not seen it in 6 months, and that's what I'm failing to see compared to what the other games that I've watched in the Premier League.
So Iggy, what would you do now? We're heading down the table. There's going to be many better managers available in the summer.
Depends where we finish, Shilibar.
Yeah, sure. And an interim, who is a good interim? An interim doesn't guarantee you results. Rob Edwards came in at Wolves, didn't get results. Nuno came in at West Ham, didn't get results. Amorim came in at Man United, didn't get results. Now, we need a lift. They need the Spurs. They need a.
Can you talk about the interims that went into clubs and did get a lift? Because you're just painting the negative side.
Right. No, but the point I'm saying,
it's convenient you do that though.
Still, it's not a guarantee.
No. But what you've done is you painted the negative side of it and dismissed where there's a positive response from interims.
No,
Sean Dyche at Forest, Carrick at Man United. Why don't we talk about the positive ones as well?
Well,
I'm just trying to get some balance.
Hey, on Ange at Forest. Look what that did.
You're going to the negative again.
Another one. There's another one.
You're focusing on the negatives again.
Still, the point I'm making, I'm not saying that whoever you bring in is going to be negative. I'm not saying.
But what you're doing is you're not saying who the positive ones that come in as well.
Right.
That's
Okay, you've got a Carrick, but this season so far there have been many more negatives than positives. Now that obviously it depends on who you bring in, and what system they bring in, and bring it and integrate into the team. But who do you bring in? That's the question. And I've spoken to so many people about this over the last week, and people are struggling to actually put down who would be a really good interim that you could look at and say, do you know what? He's going to get us playing. He's going to change it. There must be people out there. I just don't know who.
So, Lubo, quick question would be, out of all these quality managers that are going to be available in the summer, which one of them do you think is honestly going to come to Spurs?
Well, I would think Pochettino will come to Spurs because of the heartstrings and the emotion and his feeling of belonging with Tottenham, and he's come out and said several times that he feels he's got unfinished business. So for me, I think Pochettino is the one.
Okay, so out of this whole palaver about all these other managers being available, it's no point really, because in a way, I think everyone's kind of thinking after the World Cup, it will go and get Pochettino. It will appease the fans and keep them quiet. So it really doesn't matter about all the other managers that are out there.
Well, it all depends. JP, all depends which one they want to go down, because you've got Tuchel, you've got Nagelsmann, you've got Ancelotti, you've got Pochettino. There's four.
Okay,
I'm sure there was four.
But out of those three that you named before, your Tuchels and Ancelotti and Nagelsmann, are they seriously going to come to Tottenham? The way Tottenham are, and the way Tottenham have been historically, and even this 2.0 doesn't look like it's changed in any way whatsoever.
I must tell you, before Ange joined, Nagelsmann was down at Spurs being interviewed.
Tottenham's not an attractive proposition. It really isn't.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. I don't think
not an
those
attractive proposition for any manager.
Quality managers would be attracted to come to Tottenham, because they would look at that team, and they will look at a team and go, 17th last season, wherever we finish this season, in between 17th and 15th or something like that. Well, I'm gonna need a total overhaul. So are they really going to risk their reputation to come and just be another 12-month target manager that gets hassled and kicked out and gets a little bit of dough at the end of the day?
Guys, we need an interim that doesn't make stupid decisions. We were 2-0 down against Brighton. 2-0 down. Go look at the substitutions Frank made. He brought on 2 attacking players. We turned it around and got a 2-2 draw. We then go to Forest. We're 2-0 down. He brings 2 defensive players and we lose 3-0. He's an idiot. He made stupid decisions against Forest when he'd proven that he knows how to get it right. That's on him. He made the decision to bring on Paulinho and Ben Davies when we were 2-0 down and we lost. He didn't do that when we were 2-0 down against Brighton. Against Brighton, we were losing and he brought on attackers and we got back into the game. Against Forest, the same scenario.
Right.
Even against Villa.
Okay. They were poor.
Decisions, and people want to say it's the players. It's the players.
Right.
Yes, we know the players aren't good enough. We know the players aren't good enough, but they are better than the decisions made by the manager.
Right.
He tells them to play out from the back when it doesn't work. He drops a Dogi when he has a good game against Dortmund. He doesn't bring on attackers when we're losing 2-0 against Forest. He plays negative tactics that invites the opposition to us. And we get punished. You don't want to hear it because you were full-blown Frank in from day one, and you said he makes us solid, he makes us better. Look at what he's done to us, and now it's unravelled. It's the players. It's the players. This is ridiculous.
It is the players as well,
man.
It is.
It's both.
It's both. It is both. Right. Frank goes. Who do you bring in? Frank's gone.
But do you know what? I keep hearing this. Chelsea pulled the plug.
Ask the board that you praised. I'm excited about.
No, but do you know what?
I'm excited about
Chelsea
they
pulled
get
the plug
paid to bring in the right guy. Ask them the people you praise.
Chelsea pulled the plug on their manager. Wolves pulled the plug on their manager, and they've turned the corner. We killed West Ham. Nottingham Forest pulled the plug on their manager. What I'm saying is, managers are pulling the plug. If it ain't working, they're finding alternatives. Now, Chelsea's one, we have to see if that works. But the others, they've had no problems making the changes when it hasn't worked. Why are we so like, who we bring in? That's the body job, man. Your thing is, it's not because, well, who do we bring in? It doesn't mean Frank should be in, because Frank, his position is untenable, man. It's untenable. He cannot stay at this club any longer because we will be relegated. Listen to me. We will be relegated if we stay as it is. So any changes, Luba, me and you can go and manage the team. What I'm trying to say is make the change. Make the change because how it is going, it's going one way, mate, and that is south.
It doesn't matter.
South. We need to stop.
It doesn't matter though, Lubo, does it? It doesn't matter if we give names. That doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything.
It's a sinking ship, mate. It's a sinking ship.
Listen, whatever you say, they're going to make an excuse. If you say Nagelsmann, unrealistic. If you say Sherwood, he's rubbish. If you say Roy Keane, he's not going to come here. If you say Robbie Keane, why would he? Whatever you say, they will say no. So it doesn't matter who you say. It doesn't matter who you pick.
As it is right now, it's a sinking ship, mate.
It's the club that needs to make a decision to be able to change the route that we're going on now, irrespective of who the new person is. Because the route that we're going on now is downhill towards relegation, right?
JP, I said, tell Xabi Alonso to come to the club. Here's £1 million a month. You can leave at the end of the year. There's no obligation to stay. Just come here and do what you do just for a period of time. And you don't have to stay here after that. If you want to stay, great. We'll negotiate a deal. We can build a project with you. Come and give it a try. But do you mind coming here for 4 months? When I say that, you want to hire a manager that's going to leave. It doesn't matter what solution you present. They will dismiss it. They will dismiss every solution you give. So it doesn't matter.
Listen, we ain't brought anyone in, so we didn't have to do any business this month. That's why. And I reckon once the transfer market closes, I'm telling you, then he'll go. That's what I think we've done it, so we didn't have to do anything on the transfer market. I know we brought Gallagher in, but there ain't going to be any more business done. And then we put the young kid in and left back. Robertson, sorry, I don't know what's happened with that. That looks like it's dead in the water.
I don't know about
that. Listen, the fact that we've not made any decision. The decision of Frank should have been made by Christmas, mate. We saw it happening before then. It didn't happen. Manager should have been brought in straight away at Christmas and then help him out, even with a few loans, 2 or 3 loans to bring in January to help us out. That hasn't happened.
After the Super Cup.
I don't see anything else happen. Now we're going to face a big month, February. This is going to be a month of hell.
We knew all those games were coming as well.
Big teams. We've got Man City. With that Arsenal defeat, Man City will believe that they can do bits. Man United have turned a corner. Newcastle have been doing, they're doing well.
Man United are going to batter us. They're going to batter us.
And you got who's the other team? Arsenal. Arsenal going to the league.
And then we've got Fulham away, by the way, who are in really good form.
We've got these 4 teams without even going on to the other ones. But those 4 teams, all of them, for which United have turned a corner. City, have had the opening from Arsenal for the title, so they'll be pushing on for that one. Arsenal themselves, and of course Newcastle. You tell me where the next points are going to come from, playing the way we have been. This is what I'm saying. It's a sinking ship. It's a sinking ship.
Yeah.
We need someone that comes in and settles things down. Someone who, listen. The other thing, you know what the funny thing is, Lubo, and all you guys. The worrying thing for me, the most worrying thing for me is that we have not taken in the fact that we are in a relegation battle. The team's not fighting like they're in relegation battles. Others around us are fighting. West Ham, all the other.
Can you see any of them fighting, Iggy? Can you see any of them fighting?
Tell me where the fight is. We should be fighting every inch, everything. We are mentally. What scares me the most is psychologically, as a team, we haven't bought into the fact that we're in a dogfight. We're not. Everyone else is in a dogfight around us, which is why they're starting to pick up a bit of form now because they know.
And when you say
we're not, and I'm
Sousa,
telling you that is going to be the problem.
Iggy, and when I say signing Sousa is stupid, give the kid a chance. When we want Robertson, he's a winner. When we sign Gallagher, good squad player. This is nuts. The players we are signing for the situation we're in is mental. And Enoch are to blame for that. Vinay's to blame for that. Charrington and this Joe Lewis freaking rancid family are to blame for that. And Frank is accepting it. He's another yes man. He's accepting it. So that's why he has to go. Because he's accepting what he's being given. He's part of the problem.
And that's why I've always been saying, whenever we say, what manager do you want in? I always say you have to get a manager with balls to stand up to this board and ownership. Because if we don't have a manager with balls who can do that, they get walked all over, right? Or they're yes men.
This cunt, right? And him, look at him. Fucking Gooner.
But
why is he at Tottenham? Why is he I'm losing it. Why is he the chairman of Tottenham? How is Vinay the chairman of Tottenham?
How does that work?
You know the irony of this. You know the irony of it was that when Enoch came in, weren't they one of the reasons why they sacked George Graham? Because he was supposedly because he had his Arsenal connections.
It's almost gone 360, isn't it, Maz?
do you know what makes me laugh? Even in the comments I'm reading, there's still people are saying, "Nah, we ain't getting relegated, mate. You're exaggerating, mate." There's a real acceptance of. There's a real It's like we're not accepting that we're not in that. We're not accepting that 8 points adrift. 8
points
with the points that we are tallying up. Game after in the last 5 to 10 games, how many points have we tallied up? If we can't accept that we are in relegation, all right, if we're not in a relegation battle, we are in relegation form.
Yes,
we don't have a team that's fighting every tooth, inch, and nail for every ball. We're not picking up results. We're not turning a corner. We have an unrest in the fans. There's toxicity in the club. The manager looks like he's lost. The players look like they lack direction. The board is non-existent with nothing, no statements, no support. They've not really put anyone in to support the manager to try and get him out of that situation. They've confirmed him, but not really backing him. So you tell me what anyone has seen at Tottenham in the last few weeks, if nothing else, to say we're turning the corner here, mate. We will pick it. We're picking it. I can see us getting we haven't picked up more than 3 wins back to back this season, not 3. In the positive. You said to me before off stream, Lubo, 2 is the most that we've done.
The positive
back wins. We've not managed 3. You try and tell me how we're getting out of this situation. Somebody please explain to me here on the panel and in the chat how you see us getting out of the situation that we're currently in. And you're telling me that we're not in a relegation battle. The club hasn't realised we're in the situation that we're in. But we are going to go south fast because we are fighting.
West Ham have signed 2 strikers and a winger because they can smell blood. Forest have just signed that guy from Napoli. The clubs around us are looking at Tottenham. They can smell blood. They can see we're in free fall and they're like, we've got to give it a go. If we can just close it to 3 points, we got them. And then everyone in the chat's going to see what's what because it's coming. I'm telling you, by the end of February, we'll see what's what. Frank ain't going to win all these games. These players aren't going to win all these games. We're not going to sign any superstars.
You're
Sorry,
more,
Lubo,
you're
go
more
on.
confident. You're more confident for West Ham
Tell him
than
my boy Vic,
my
my
friends
boy
who are
Vic.
West Ham fans. They've looked at their next 5 fixtures. They're at Chelsea, then they're at Burnley. I think they've got Man United coming up, Bournemouth at home, which they should win, and then they're off to Anfield. So we're not going to pick many points up in the next 5, and we got Fulham away after those 4
Lubo,
games.
There you go,
difference
Lubo.
is-
Lubo. We're not picking up any points in
Exactly.
the next 4 or 5 games. You just said that. You tell me we're
I
8
think
points
we'll
clear
beat
right now.
Newcastle. I
We're
think we'll beat
8 points
Newcastle.
clear of the situation, and we're not going to pick up, by your words just now, we're not going to pick up hardly any points in the next 4 or 5 games. We're only 8 points adrift. That means if everyone behind us picks up points, we're there,
4
mate.
points.
We're
4
there.
points.
We're there. People
I
just
think-
said we're going to beat Man City. Man City have just seen Arsenal get beat. You're telling me you're not going to get gassed by that? I'm telling you now, we are in deep shtuck, and we're not in deep shtuck because of what's ahead of us in February. We're in deep shtuck because we haven't been picking up results in the 5 to 10 games. We're not in anywhere near picking up consecutively points, like 3 points.
We're the
A draw here, a
second-
win here. We're not doing that.
We're the second worst team for points picking up at the moment.
Yeah.
The second worst.
We need
West
to
Ham
get
are
3-4
slightly
wins.
ahead.
We need to get in some
Slightly.
sort of form now. You can't get to March in the form that we're in now and say, you know what, yeah, now we're in a fight. You can't. It's not a light switch, boys and girls, where you just turn it on and say, now, yeah, we get it now. We understand the assignment. We're in a relegation battle, mate. You need to. You're there already. But what we as a club, as fans, as players, as manager, haven't accepted where we're at. We're in more worse trouble than we were last year. And the fact that West Ham have picked up a couple of wins now, everyone around us is starting to get. Wolves is turning the corner now. Forest, they're all right. They've had it, but they're still managing to get a few points. Those around us are picking up points, man. And we are still not doing it. If you look at our form compared to the relegation battlers, I'm telling you, I bet you our run of form has been worse than theirs. And I've accepted the role that we're in now. Sorry, I know JP hasn't spoken at all, but I've accepted the role that we're in. But what I'm seeing with my own eyes is the club, the players, the fans, and the manager haven't fully understood where we're at and what's waiting for us.
Yeah.
I don't see the fight. I don't see a team that's fighting.
The fans are booing the manager at the end of the game, singing songs about. I'm going to
Yeah, but why are they doing that and not coming and standing on the street with everyone else to make it point?
JP, that for me is the biggest thing, because Frank is not coming up with the goods, but he's got a shit hand, and the level of the squad's been going down and down and down since.
What shit hand? No, what shit hand? He's had £217 million spent.
With that squad compared to what Poch had. Come on, Maz, it's shit.
No, we're going that far back now.
Yes,
He's accepted the job. He's accepted the job, right? We never said when Jose came in, what a shit hand he's got, or Nuno came in, what a shit hand he's got.
No, they had Kane and Son there. Massive difference.
But we're talking about the squad. We're not talking about.
They
had Sanchez, Ben Davies, Dyer, Clement Longgap, Danjuma 2.0,
Chicken Royale.
Maz, you had superb managers and you had 2 superb strikers. They're all gone.
What shit hand? He's had £217 million spent. Well, he's had 4 first-team players bought for him. He's had 5 now with Callum coming in.
Dan So and Tell were organised before he joined.
Yeah, but there's still... Regardless, is Danzo a bad defender?
Danzo's okay as a squad
defender, right? So he's happy with that. Tell... Don't get me started on Tell. Let's not talk about Tell, right? But he's had 4 first-team players spent to help him out. 4. Which managers has had that happen to them? None. Yet we're giving him a pass. And Frank. Poor Frank.
Had 4.
Yeah, fair enough. So
why is he accepting Sousa? Why is he accepting Sousa?
I don't understand that still. Funny, but Billy Cairns was telling me. Billy C makes
has 2 loans, right? Well, then he should have said, I don't want loans, I want signings then, and kicked up a fuss.
Why did he accept Moani? Why did he accept players
Moani
that
was a
don't fit
panic
his
buy.
plans?
Moani was
That
a
was a
panic buy.
last-minute panic, wasn't it?
Why did he accept that?
Well, it was Moani or
It
nobody.
was Moani or nothing.
Well, no, he's got players he can develop, but he doesn't want to develop. He wants to play the players instead. Mawani has been given pretty much most of the season, other than the first 6 weeks when he was injured. He's been given most of the season, done absolutely fuck all. Why not develop Dane Scarlett and give him those minutes and see if he can do better?
I just want to answer this, right? Alex, right?
Why has he let Mikey Moore go on loan when our current wingers are no better?
This is not in defense of the ownership at all, right? The ownership is just as to blame as Frank. But I'm judging Frank by the same way we judge every single manager that's come in, right? Conte came in with crap players, right? And he still got us fourth. So you back him because he's a quality manager. Jose came in, he got us to a cup final and we were fifth when he left, or sixth or whatever, and within touching distance of the top four, right? Even Nuno's got a better record than Frank. And I hated Nuno. So how am I defending the ownership? I'm judging the manager.
They're all to blame.
But they're all to blame. I'm judging the manager by the same standards we judge everyone else, right? And Ange, right, excluding the cup, and Frank, they're some of the worst managers we've ever had as a club. Yet every time I hear the results are going away, everyone's deflecting towards the players.
Sorry, Alex, you are being so freaking disingenuous. I was going on We Are Tottenham TV months ago questioning the manager, questioning his tactics, and you would come on straight after me and defend Frank, protect Frank, and big up Frank. Do you want me to bring up those We Are Tottenham TV videos right now and rip you? Because I'll do it. And only now you've changed your tune and said, the board. This is some flip-floppage, right? I get called flip-flop. This is some flip-floppage. I will go and bring up all the receipts right now and rinse you. By the way, super chats, and Maury has to speak. Big up, William. This guy comes to all the protests, travels from Hertfordshire.
Yep. Big up.
Arthur Sands, Iggy, do you eat the sandwich when we win or lose?
This is back in the day. Start the show.
Iggy?
Do I eat sandwiches when we win or lose?
When we were talking about, you were talking about making sandwiches at the start.
Man's got to eat regardless of the result. Let's not get shit twisted. I ain't losing my appetite for no one.
Adesans, thank you again. He says Frank is not a winner. We've got a user. What happened to our PSG level performance, for fuck's sakes? It's called a purple patch. Big up Haz in the house. Please like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Big up to Haz. Talking sense. And a user again. I'm really worried. The small snowball has become a boulder, and you don't stop an avalanche by blocking it out, but by changing the conditions that fuel it. And this is the argument. What are the conditions? Is it Enoch? Is it the medical team? Is it Frank? Is it the coaches? Is it the players? Or is it everything? I think everyone agrees it's everything. I think we all agree it's everything, but some of us aren't going to let Frank to get off the hook the way I think it.
I just want to address this. Ange spent 400 million. If you were watching us last season on Tottenham away, I'm the one who from the very beginning was against Ange and all the money he wasted for the 400 million. In reference to Conte having Son, Kane, and Kulu, he also had Dyer, Sanchez, Longley, Richarlison, Emerson Royale, Ben Davies, Skip. He had more crap players than any manager since, right? That team.
Fraser Forster was in goal.
Exactly.
So, listen, we need to move on from Burnley. Fucking hell, we haven't even got halfway through this stuff. Mari, just say what you want, and then we'll move on from Burnley. Big up to Mari in the house.
Big up, Mari. Say what you want,
where I'm at with this club is, and I know the deal with Andy Robertson has been looks like it's not going to go through. Liverpool just Kirkes got injured, so they're backing out. When that happened, like literally in my mind, I'm like, I just give up. we were told that this new regime and the new Lewis kids and the Tavistock, now they have another guy coming over. If I have to stand by myself towards the Tavistock headquarters, you know what? I should do that. Just get a poster board, and it may just be me because there are Tottenham fans in town, but not as much. But if I have to stand by myself and just as the cars drive by, hold a sign and get the fuck out of my club, Tavistock, because now it's Tavistock Enoch, then I will do so because it's in the States here, we call it lack of institutional control. In regards to football, is the lack of institutional control that's going on right now. We get a guy who just come out of jail in Paratici to come back to then not leave to go to Florentina, who's in a relegation battle. Like that should tell you everything. And then we got Lang, he's terrible. There's a reason why Aston Villa got rid of him. And the signings, you know, I rate Gallagher, but it's not what we need as a team. It is an absolute joke what is going on with this club. I get it. We're 4th, 5th in the Champions League board, but that's just fool's goal. I mean, we're going to be eliminated in the round of 16 quarterfinals. We can't score goals. We can't score goals. Our center back scores goals. One of them, and we vilified to the end. If he wasn't in our team, I'm talking about Romero, would be right now what definitely 18th, 19th right now. You know, if it wasn't for our center backs. So it's just the same old repeat, rinse and repeat. We'll probably beat Frankfurt tomorrow. I mean, it's the way where it's going, but then we'll lose over the weekend. In our next 4 games, I don't see us getting any points. Thus meaning that by the end of February, we may be 18th or 19th. And so that's the harsh reality of what's going on with our club. And for me, I didn't get to speak last week after the protest numbers. You know, I am fucking tired of hearing fans complain. I don't want to hear from you. When 200 people show up to a protest, that is abysmal. What you say falls on deaf ears to me. I don't want to hear your moaning and complaining anymore. Shut the fuck up. That's why I'll tell you. Just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you. I don't want this club from top to bottom in our fan base accepts this. So I'm just tired of the moaning. I'm just done. You want this, you can have it. Because if you were really upset, you would make noise in and outside the stadium. Why are we not walking out of the 60th minute, 61st minute, the last time we won the league? Why don't we walk out the stadium, right? We're still being shown on national TV. Why don't we do something? Someone pay for an airline to fly over the stadium, say, get Enoch out of our club, get Vinay out, get Lang, get all of them out of our club. You know? So right now, I'm just bored with this club. I'm watching it like the Titanic, watch it sink. And the people that complain on Twitter or outside, or even she's attractive, Abby Summers, you look fine, girl. But where were you for the protests? You're gonna complain about this club. Where were you? Oh, I don't want to be a distraction. Yo, Expressions, that's my boy. But yo, don't you think a few more people will come out if you were at the protest? Well, I don't want it to be about me. We need you. We need spokespeople. We need
Chris Cowlin.
We need faces. And then you miss out chance in the summer. I'm gonna say it again. I've been saying it for years. And there's still events coming on. If you care so much about this football club, and this is, big up to Change for Tottenham and what they're trying to do, but I'm sorry. You need to start protesting the non-football events. Get those people in those white collar suits, ties, whatever. Get them rattled. Get them rattled when promoters are calling at a Beyonce concert, like, yo, why are there Spurs supporters protesting outside of our concert event? Why are they doing this? What? Like, rattle the cage. I don't get it.
Ari, they're not listening. No one cares. They don't care. Trust me. No one cares.
I'm almost done about talking about the protests now.
They don't care.
I just don't care anymore about it.
It's a dead horse.
We've been talking about protesting for 6 years now, right? You know, sorry to say this all again. We're the first channel to majorly broadcast it and bang on about the protests and everything. It's falling on deaf ears, right? They've got the club they deserve. I'm done talking about protests. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Like I'm done talking about it. And then the performances, like, it's inconsistent. Like, you get a big Champions League victory on Wednesday, and then all of a sudden you change it all up on Saturday. It's just like, but then what do? Right, we get rid of Frank. What? I mean, who's out there who could save us from regulation? Literally,
me. I can do it. I can do this. I'm telling you, I can do this. I can actually do this.
I think the ball boy could probably do a better job.
I can keep us up.
Arsenal, we're not beating these teams. We're dropping points in the next 4 games. I'm 0 for 12, 0 out of 12. And West Ham is starting to find their groove. Yeah,
let's go on to Frankfurt. Let's go to the Frankfurt game, right? Because that's the next game. By the way, we've got a super chat from
just really quickly to say big up to Brian, because he comes all the way from Scotland, but he is normally here at those protests.
Oh mate, listen, he's probably given up on the protest because everyone else has, right? I don't blame him. The guy travels 500 miles, and imagine he came, he would have traveled 500 miles.
Proper fan
to stand with 100 of us like an idiot.
Proper fan.
He has done it before though. Still, he's done it when there was 20.
Yeah. But if I was him now, I'd be thinking
without even having a ticket to see the game or anything like that. Purely just to come and stand outside, make his point, show his stand, and then bugger off back home all the way to Scotland.
TJ, thanks for the super chat. I hope your channel's going well. He says, serious question. How many in the Spurs corner suite have served jail time historically for our crimes? Big up the panel. Come on, you Gunners. Do you know what? All I'll say to you is this. Na. Carrick at the wheel. Carrick at the wheel. Ex-Tottenham. But big up to you, Jay. Big up to you. Listen, that's all I've got. All I've got is laughing at Arsenal because my club's finished. Sad. Frankfurt, boys and girls. So the way it stands at the moment, we have got our last Champions League game. It's away. Frankfurt aren't doing well in the German league, but they are 8 points off of Europe, which means if they focus on the league, they can still get into Europe through their league. This game means nothing to them because they can't qualify. They're out. It's done. Their European campaign is over. They're only playing this game because they have to. So, really, Spurs should be going there, getting the points, and that means automatic qualification. If we don't beat Frankfurt, there's a strong chance, even if we get a draw, because it's so tight, the points in the Champions League table, that if we don't beat Frankfurt, we could end up in the playoff, which means 2 extra games. And those 2 games are one before Arsenal, one after the Arsenal game. So suddenly that February of Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal becomes even harder and more games and more rotation. So Spurs have to win this game. We must. And really we should, because Frankfurt are done. But as we all know, football doesn't work that way. Dr. Tottenham likes to serve medicine. And on the road in Europe, we haven't been good. Beaten by PSG, just about got a draw against Bodo. Monaco should have battered us. We haven't been good on the road in Europe. So that's a sticking point. But we're 4th in the table. So something's happening. What do you make of it? Let's go around this way. Lubo, Frankfurt away. We should be winning this. Everything says this is for Spurs to win. We shouldn't worry about it. But as we all know, football never quite works out that way. So what's your thoughts on Spurs versus Frankfurt away.
We're hearing today that Porro and Van der Ven are now out injured for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, Porro's out.
The team I think picks
Van der Ven's
itself.
out.
The team will be Spence, Romero, Danso, Doggy. Midfield 3 will be Paulinho, Gray, and Simmons.
Paulinho's back.
Yeah, Paulinho's back. And up front will be the only three we've Muani, Solanke, and Oliver, and that's it. And you'll have kids on the bench if you include Scarlett as a kid.
So who was the midfield? It was
Paulinho, Gray, and Simmons.
Zabi.
Can I ask you a question? Luba, can I ask you a question? If we don't win and we go into a playoff,
Yeah,
do we have to use the current squad, or can we bring Gallagher and Basuma back in?
we can make 3 changes for the knockout stages.
Okay, so all right, that's good.
So if you're looking at Gallagher and Basuma, you would think would be 2 of them, and then you got one.
Gray's not going to be ready, and he was in the squad, so he's going to
Sorry,
be.
who's not going to be ready? Did you say?
Sorry, not Gray. Bergvall.
Oh, he's out. He's having an operation.
No,
for 3 months.
Right, but you've lost Kudus, Richie, Bergvall, Bentancur for the next 2.5 months.
What about tomorrow night? Do you think we win?
I do think we'll win. I think it'll be a chaotic game. I think it's just one of those. You look at Frankfurt played 27 games. They've let in 62 goals. But they've scored 50, which is nearly 2 a game. So, yeah, they're good at scoring and they're even better at conceding.
Luba, they've got nothing to play for tomorrow. There's nothing to play for.
There's no pressure, is there? There's no pressure on them. They can just go out and play. So,
but are they gonna risk playing really well, knowing that they're out of the competition and their league is more important than
well, it is,
competition?
and they're 9 points off the Champions League spot. So, and 5 points off a Conference League space. So you would think that maybe they'll rest players. I think we'll sneak home. I think it'll be a 3-2 high scoring game, and I think we'll sneak home. And again, where are the goals going to come from? Maybe Simmons will score, Solanke, Romero. I think we'll score. I think we'll win tomorrow. I think we'll win.
Maz, Frankfurt away. We've got nothing to play for. We've got everything to play for.
I think we'll win, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be like a 1-0 jobby, because if VDV's injured, and Porro's not there to constantly cross into no man's land, then who the hell's going to score? There we go.
Tumbleweed.
1-0 to us.
JP, what are you thinking? We have to win this. We must win this game, otherwise we're in a playoff.
Can't see us. Like I will say, in Europe, we've been playing all right. Now, the level of whether it's the level of the teams in the Champions League, be it the Champions League, but obviously this is the starting round where there's like kind of like loads and loads of teams in there. But the quality of that doesn't. I don't know. Is it as good as the Premier League? Is it as good as Burnley? You'd like to think that, you know, they're kind of at a better level than Burnley. Dortmund, I was really surprised at that Dortmund game, because they're like one of the highest scorers in that Champions League so far. And we absolutely kind of like ripped them a new one in like the first 20 minutes, whatever it was. So I do think we'll win. It'll probably be, I don't know, kind of like 1-0, 2-0, something like that. But I think we'll get it over the line and qualify. But I don't see us going any further than that, to be honest. But tomorrow's game, we'll win.
Iggy?
Yeah, I agree with the boys. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I think the European way of playing suits us a little bit more, certainly for our better players. I don't think Frankfurt have got much to motivation-wise, much to play for, which we clearly have. So and I think the story in Europe, which is completely different to how things are going in the Premier League, will be very telling. And I think we'll see much similar sort of performance that we saw against Borussia Dortmund tomorrow night, which makes me think that will be we will play to win. And we've won there as well before. So I think we'll get a result tomorrow night. I do. I think we'll get the points that we need, and our Champions League campaign continues. But I wasn't again after the Borussia Dortmund. I didn't think we'd turn the corner then, and I don't think by winning tomorrow we'll turn the corner. Because every time we go back to domestic, it'll be back to normal again. So it's just different pressures, Premier League to Champions League, different ways of playing, and the European way of playing suits us a little bit more.
See, that they're obviously doing crap, but they've got rid of their manager.
Can I just say, by the way, I've just seen a video of Harry Redknapp doing some boxing practice, and he's like 79 years old. And he's pretty fit. I think we should bring him in, mate. He's not too old. He's still got it.
If you say that, they'll dismiss it. Too old. Like whoever you suggest, someone will say no. So listen,
Bring him in.
For 4 months.
Like,
can he be any worse? Even at the age of 79?
He'll be much better than Frank. They'll be like, oh, the game's moved on. The medical side of the game, he won't know. Harry won't know.
Harry will tell them to shut the fuck up and get on the pitch.
Exactly.
It's not that Harry will simplify.
Have a think about.
Yeah, Harry would simplify everything.
What are you talking about?
He would go to like Solanke. Go, Solanke, you're a top player, mate. You're terrific, top player. You scored.
Get out there, put it in the top bin.
I remember you at Bournemouth. You were class, son. Class.
Yeah.
He was just
That's what we need. See, but this is it. I'm going to lose it again. This is what we need. Not a manager that's, we're going to lose some games. We're going to win some games. You mugs finish 17.
Yeah, gives up the material down, throws it with 40 minutes to go, puts on Ben Davies.
Listen,
above all, that was just...
So, Spell, you're not giving him the season then? You're not giving Frank the season then?
At this rate, you really asking that question?
He had to beat West Ham. That was unforgivable.
At the rate
that
that we're
West Ham
going,
game is
Ruba.
when I turned. I'm like, no.
Give him a season. You might listen. If you're willing to give him a season, he brings us to the championship. You might as well keep him then. No point changing him then.
Listen, as Lubo says, new data has come to light, and I'm changing my views on the new data. That Frank is worse than what I thought he was.
No.
New data, right?
Look,
see.
In all seriousness, now before you start, let me bring this up. Let me give him props. Adam Phillip, 5305. Bring in Redknapp, bring in Klinsmann as a number 2. You're telling me ex-Tottenham guys won't come in and save the club from bloody getting relegated? And they'll just galvanise the players because of who they are. All you need is 4 months.
Maz or Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah, we just
coaching stuff.
In all seriousness, we need to stop the bleeding, right? We need to turn this around urgently, otherwise we're in big trouble. Bring him in.
We'll talk about this. I want to get Mari's view on the Frankfurt game quickly, and then we'll talk about this because we need to talk about it. Mari, Frankfurt away.
On the road. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say that we score off set pieces. Van de Ven and Romero, 2-1.
Van de Ven's out, but maybe Romero gets 2.
Oh, yeah.
Romero gets 2 goals. Like he did at Newcastle.
Romero gets 2 goals. He gets a brace, and we win 2-1.
It's crazy, isn't it? How centre backs are like our top goal scorers.
You know what? Polina will score a goal. Polina and Romero, they'll score a goal. Are those guys okay? There was a car accident earlier. Did you guys mention that?
We
Odegaard.
haven't got there yet, but yeah, Odegaard and Moani were involved in a car crash today. I mean, another drama, another story at Tottenham.
Apparently the tire blew out, right? At the front of that car.
Depends what they hit though when they lost control, I guess.
That's like mangled.
But for my thoughts on this game, I actually don't know. Yesterday I said we're going to win, but now I'm thinking our away record in Europe is shit under Frank. It's bad. I think we might draw it, I think we might draw it. I don't think we'll lose, though. We won't lose. I'm confident we won't lose. I don't know. We've got a game on the weekend as well. And for some of you, you're going to get really upset, but I'm just saying, right? It's happened again. Manchester Hotspur is back. I think fans are going to be divided like we were. We said it was a one-off. It would never happen. But I'm seeing on social media, this is an absolute must-lose. Guys, look, I don't know what is wrong or right as a Spurs fan. You should always back your team. You should always want your team to win. But we're giving Arsenal the league if we win. After what's happened, we aren't going to win anything, but we need to stay up. As Spurs fans, what do we do with this one? It's happened again.
It's the same pattern as last year, right? Same pattern as last year.
It was the year before. It was the first year of Ange when we were going for top four, and it was: do we want top four or do we want Arsenal to win the league? And fans were split. There's no wrong or right answer. It's you're a fan, you do what you want. But go on, JP. Where are you at with this one?
I don't really care.
That's a cop out.
Nah, listen. I obviously go to the games. I have a season ticket, as do you, and stuff like that. And when I'm there, I want my team to win, right? But afterwards, I want my team to win. But afterwards, I'll be gutted if it's that game that allows them to win the league. That's my stance. I want Tottenham to win always.
The chat is divided. Some of the chat like, we must lose. I'm going to fucking break something if we beat City. Others are like, oh, for fuck's sakes, we've got to win. We've got to put ourselves first. Fans in the chat divided. So the stadium will probably be the same. And there's a protest. There's an evening out protest planned where at least 50 of us will turn up to.
Yeah, there'll be 20 people turning up to that, yeah.
But the stupid thing is, like I said to you earlier, like that's typical of Tottenham to go away, to go and beat them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We always do well against City. We are their bogey team. Twice a year, we turn into Barcelona. We are Barcelona twice a year. If we could play City every week, we'd be champions. We'd win the league. We'd be Premier League champions if we played City every week. I don't know what happens, man. I don't know whether they come into the game shitting themselves, whether they're psychologically damaged at the back of their heads, they fear it, or whether we just think, you lot, you're nothing, man. I don't know. I mean, Iggy, do you want to win the game? Do you want to stop Arsenal from winning the league? Where are you at?
No. Listen. It's very simple for me. One, we need points. We're in the dogfight. So it's survival, man. We need points. That's the number one. First and foremost, Tottenham need points. And in order to do so, we need to win. Secondly, if Arsenal win the league, it's because they've proved to be the best team over the 38 games. Not just us losing or winning against Man City. That's not the deciding factor.
But we can help though, because we play Arsenal and Man City.
No. We need to help. Man City. Number one, you help yourself by winning games. We're not in a situation of. We're not talking about whether we go in Europe or not here. We're talking about potentially getting relegated. So let's not piss about. Spurs need to win. Full stop. There's no other result that matters. I'm not getting drawn in with this Arsenal thing or whatever. No. Win. because you need to help yourself first and foremost.
Mari, Maz, Man City. Do you where are you at with it? Is this one that you're happy to lose, or we've got to win this one? You know, where are you at with it?
We need to win this game. I can give two fucks about Arsenal. We need to win this game. I don't see us.
It's true.
winning,
It's true.
but we need to survive, man. We need to get points, and so because can you imagine? Here's the thing: can you imagine us playing the championship and hearing it? Yes, I know. Hearing Arsenal fans gloat and celebrate, but we'll still be in the Premier League. But to go to the championship and they win the league and we go to the championship, that's unforgivable. That is year torture of epic proportions. So we need a win to keep our ass up in the Premier League. We need points. So yeah. We need to get points. I don't think we're not going to get points, even though we're the bogey team, but we need to get points.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years, I mean, they beat us when Andrew was here 2 years ago. Did they beat us at home last year? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question for Alex, though. Alex, if you look at our next 4 games in the month of February, and then the West Ham is right behind, we're close. We're close. It's not far-fetched.
8 points. 8
It
points.
is not. 8 points could be. It's not too far-fetched.
Do you know what? This conversation we will have at the start of March. We will have a proper conversation on it, because then we will know if we're in properly in it or not. Because at the moment it feels that we're going to go into it, but that doesn't mean we will. Lubo, Man City must win, or have we got to stop the Gooners?
I think I echo everything Iggy says. It's about us, not about anybody else.
Yeah.
We get a win. Listen, if we go to Frankfurt and get a win, and I'm probably dreaming here that we're going to get anywhere near beating Man City. I think if Haaland has a field day, we could get absolutely battered.
He's not been in good form, you know. Once you've got to
No, he hasn't. So he's due a good game, isn't he? Still.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if we could beat Frankfurt and get something, even a draw from City? What a lift that would give the club. And for me,
do you know what Man City have done well, Lubo? They've had a very, very good window, signing a top centre back and a top attacking.
Absolutely, they've had the best window out of anybody.
Yeah, they've had a good window.
And you know what? There haven't been many transfers, many major transfers this month at all, have there?
It's because the Champions League's still on. The clubs aren't letting their players go whilst the Champions League's still on.
Well, then I think clubs are worried about injuries as well. You know, we're down to bare bones. Spurs have said no to Dragusin leaving, no to Tell leaving. You know, you need all the players you can get. As I said, we need to get something from City. If we go down fighting, we go down fighting. You know, they got the better players, they got the better team. They ought to win it if they turn up. But
they've been a very weird team though this year. Like, they've not been great. They've been picking up results, but unconvincingly. They've not been beating teams and putting them to the sword.
The door's open for us. You know, could we come out and pull out a performance like Dortmund? Who knows?
Normally, after midweek, we don't have a good game after when we have to play 2 games a week. We don't normally do too well, do we?
No, I don't see us getting anything on Sunday, but I do want to see it. I do want to see Spurs win. I never want to see us lose. I was heavily conflicted the other year. Because obviously I didn't want to see Arsenal win the league, and thankfully they didn't. But you know what? They've got plenty of time to balls it up themselves, regardless of how we do against City.
Yeah, because last time it was like down to 3 games or something, wasn't it?
Last but one game, JP. That was,
Look, for me, I hope we lose to Man City because that way we help. We fight against Arsenal. Hopefully, Frank gets sacked straight after that game because it's one loss too many, and we can bring in a proper interim to reboot the season. And I also hope the new manager that comes in doesn't put 11 men behind the ball when we play Arsenal and actually says we're going to fucking come and kick you all over the park, knock you in the air, and try and beat you. And then maybe we get some points off Arsenal as well. In an ideal world, those things would play out, but I know that's not going to happen. So.
You know, I think it is still. I think Frank's basically a caretaker for his own job at the moment, isn't he? And
1 year caretaker.
he is, isn't he? He is. He's in for another game. He's in for another game. It's like having a caretaker manager. And
It's like a supply teacher, isn't it? when the actual
do you know what? It is a bit out of order on him that if we win, his job's safe. As soon as we lose, he's on the brink. He's safe. They're literally judging it game by game by game. Like
it is.
No one can work like this. How can
I don't think they are. I really don't think they are judging it game by game by game. I think that they don't realise what Iggy said. They don't realise where they are. They don't realise how far we've fallen, and they think they're being all woke. They think, oh yeah. So tell the fans we've got a project and we back our manager. That's the right thing to do, and they're not seeing the results before their eyes.
No, I don't think they know what to do. To be honest with you, I think they're that clueless. Seriously, they just
they've got hundreds of years of experience that they can draw upon. Ex-Tottenham players, they can go back to Pleat and ask them, "What do you think you should do?" They can go to bloody, it's. If they don't know what to do, they shouldn't be running the football club. End of story. I mean, I don't want them there anyway, but bottom line is that. Anyway, but to the Man City, I agree with Iggy. We need to win. We need the points. I don't want to see us get relegated. But what we could do is beat Arsenal. How about that? How about that as a way of stopping them winning the league?
Bravo.
People in the chat saying, "Still, I've lost all respect for you because I want Man City to beat us." I don't care. I'm my own person. I say what I want.
How about everyone turns up to the protest?
Feel free to hate me. I go to every protest to get Enoch out. I want Spurs to win every game, but I'm not going to be the reason that we help Arsenal win a league when we aren't winning jack shit. And for the record, when Andrew was manager 2 years ago, I didn't want us to beat Man City that day either. And I was proven right because we didn't, and Man City went on to win the league, and Arsenal couldn't win anything. So, yeah, look, hate me. It's fine. It doesn't bother me one bit. If we actually had something to win, I'd think differently. If we actually had something to play for, if we win a title race or...
Is staying in the league not enough?
No, not really. I mean... JP, I'm at a point now where I couldn't give a shit what this team does. I couldn't give a shit. Listen, 3,000 fans travel to Burnley 5 hours. Watch that. 7 hours back because they shut the M1 down. We had to go on the B roads, right? You get home at the early hours of the morning. You pay for a ticket. You pay for the food. You pay for fuel. You pay for all of that. What do I care? What do you get out of it as a fan? You just get bantered. Burnley fans were bantered. The Burnley fans were having a field day with us. I don't care. When Tottenham cares about me, I'll start caring about Tottenham.
Join the club still. When I went to Liverpool last year for that 5% chance in the second leg of the semi-final, and we got smacked 4-0. I walked through the front door of my house at 4:30 in the morning. It's mad. You do it because you love the club. It's it's like a drug, I suppose.
The Burnley fans were singing to us.
I know.
We're winning at home. We're winning at home. How shit must you be? We're winning at home. And then we replied with, we lose every week. We lose every week. You're nothing special. We lose every week. And then the Burnley fans stood up and started clapping us. Hey, hey.
We're so clapped.
Wait, we are broken. Like that. Maybe we'll get a round of applause.
There must be
And,
some sort of
listen, guys.
trade-
On that note, I'm
some
gonna.
sort of trade descriptions act or something that we can.
Yeah.
This can't be like we're paying for this to watch this.
No, but let's.
On that, I'm gonna cut this one short for me tonight. Have a
See
good
you
show,
later.
lads. I'll see you later.
Big
See you
up.
later.
Ciao, man.
JP, the thing about that is that you choose to spend the money.
Yeah, but they should. I'm paying to see something that I'm not.
You are. If you
Listen,
don't, you have a choice.
When Spurs got to the Europa Cup final, I spent my money. I found a way. I drove through Timbuktu and everywhere else to get there. I supported them. I backed them. When it matters, I will be there. This game tomorrow on the weekend against Man City will not define if we stay up or not, right? If you can't beat the Burnleys and the Wolves and the Bournemouths and the Forest, the teams around us, that's where we're losing the league. And we've come. It's not the game against Man City.
No.
They're not the games, man. You know? Let them
Against,
have that.
still, against the bottom four, we've played them.
Look at this lovely human being. Stelios, you're a prick. I love you too. I have emotion for you, your family, your friends. Send my love to all of you guys.
Still, bring up Sinila's tweet.
If you look at the results against Forest, Burnley, West Ham, and Wolves this season, we've played 6 games. That's 18 points. We've dropped 10 out of those 18 against the bottom 4.
Well, listen, these tossers don't turn up in those games, and what? Now they're going to turn up against City, so that we give Arsenal the league. At the end of the day, when we won the Europa, Arsenal fans couldn't say shit to us. They watched us have a parade, 250,000 fans. They felt sick that we took over the streets of North London. All summer long, any Arsenal fan that spoke to me, all I said was, what have you won? What have you won? Champions of Europe. Mate, silence. I shut them all up. Even now, when they say to me, oh, but you're in a relegation battle, I say, we've won more than you in the last 5 years. And what? And they don't know what to say. If Arsenal win the league, we are finished. We will never hear the end of it. We will never hear, we'll be beyond humiliation. So
You'll be hibernating all summer still.
And next year and the year after. Listen, I don't want to, if we can help stopping them, listen, I also said we can get something when we play Arsenal at home. If we're aggressive and angry and tenacious, if we can sneak a draw, we can take off points off them as well, you know. Sanilla, thank you for your very generous super chat. Evening, guys. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to attend the protest on Sunday. That's all right, mate. Not looking forward to the run of games. I don't think any fan is really.
Nah, but big up for the super chat. And you're normally there, so like big up, man.
Yeah, look, Sanilla's always at the super chats. Got another one here from Ledley's knees. I read about Brentford post Frank and they lost 44 Premier League goals when Wissa and Buemo Norgard left. They seem to be doing just fine. No problem. Mate, no comment from me. No comment from me. Because if I speak,
They've got the centre forward.
I get in trouble.
They've got the centre forward who was injured last season in the first game and missed the whole season, and he's come back fit and he's scoring plenty of goals. So they had someone there ready to come straight in. Unfortunately, the problem with us, everybody thought when Moani joins that he was going to do a much better job than what he has done, and he is a better player than what he's shown. He just doesn't want to be at the club. And you can see it in the way he plays, his body language, everything, his work rates, and that's the problem.
you know, Mwani doesn't score goals, and we say that our forwards don't score goals. Have you seen this? This is Arsenal's attackers. Saka hasn't scored in his last 13 league games. Gyökeres hasn't scored any goals other than penalties in the last 11. Gabriel hasn't scored any goals in the last 13. Madueke, who they spent £50 million on, hasn't scored any goals in the last 25. And Trossard scored one in the... Mate, this is, by the way, this is worse than us. And they're top of the league. They're top of the league.
There is a delusional guy we know, brother, by the name of Stefan, who told me on a chat on WhatsApp that this is the best Arsenal club, better than the Invincibles. I'm like, are you mad? Are you crazy? That front line is so underwhelming. So underwhelming. And I'm glad you posted it there. And it's just, I know some sensible Arsenal fans, and I know ones who are delusional. That front three is so unreliable. And I'm going to say this too. We all grew up in the era where we rate players, and there are players who show up and they know how to unlock a game. Saka, he's good, and I'm going to say he's good. But when people are putting him, and I'll say his name, Stefan, and put him and elevate him on, this guy goes missing in big games. When you turn up the pressure, these players go, Declan Rice, oh, well, he's okay. No, they're a good team with good players. They don't have great legendary players, the players I saw growing up, or the players which is very few now, who are great. I look at that, it tells me plenty of things. First of all, the Premier League has been terrible. They're talking about it on TalkSport. They're talking about ESPN. The EPL has not been that great. Yes, they're beating teams in the Champions League. Football globally has been down. And there's many reasons why it's gone down. But this, I believe, if Arsenal wins the league, there will be, I agree with ESPN, one of the weakest Premier League champions. Because the Premier League it's terrible this year. And I'm not saying it because they're on top. I'm just saying from watching the other games, it's just including us, it's terrible.
Yeah. I don't disagree, Maury. I think a lot of fans don't disagree. I think with Arsenal, what it is
I'm like, where's the world class this past against United when they needed a goal? Where's these world class players? Odegaard, Saka, like where are they? Gyökeres.
Maury, do you know what it is about Arsenal? Do you know about Arsenal? And I noticed this properly against Man United. Defensively, they are so dependent on not conceding. They are massively dependent on not conceding. And when they needed goals against Man United, all they had was throw-ins and corners. Like they win a corner and everyone's like, yeah! It's like they've won a goal because they know they're going to score from it. And that's Arsenal. They're a set-piece scoring team that can defend and hold on to games more than the rest of the teams in the league. That's basically what they are. Whereas with us, we're not good up top. Arsenal aren't either. But we're terrible defensively as well. From midfield to defence, we're terrible there as well. Whereas Arsenal are actually good at that. That midfield pivot of Rice and Zubimendi, and then their back four and the options they've got, and their goalie, by the way, Ray is better than Vicario. That's where I think they're better than every other team. But up top, there's teams. Man United's front three is better than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Man United's front three is better than Arsenal's. We can't defend or attack. We can't do anything. But it's okay. We signed Conor Gallagher. He's going to fix everything. Last thing to talk about, people. The injuries. I know we brushed on it briefly. Porra's out for 4 weeks. Van der Ven's out. We don't know how long for. They said it's a slight injury, so that's probably 6 months.
Month.
Well, Guys, these injuries, right? It's crippled us. It's crippled the club. It's crippled us. It's been crippling us for years. It's not just under Frank, it happened under Ange. You know, we don't have the backup. How do we solve this issue? How do we solve this issue of injuries that just constantly cripples the club?
Easy. You fire the new owners and you fire this medical staff.
We've changed the medical team, Mario. We've changed it.
Well, we hire subpar medical team, and the reason why I'm gonna say this is, all right, we looked at the last 2 seasons, and causes our players to run to the ground to get injured. Now our players are running. So let's look at the key consistent thing that's been with this club, the medical team. Remember, late January, a couple seasons ago, when Conte was coach, Romero made a comment about the medical staff of Tottenham, and then he had to apologize and remove that statement because he got in trouble with Daniel Levy. This medical staff, even with the hire with the new one, we have subpar. You could hire quality medical team, medical staff if you pay the money, but we always do things subpar, substandard at this club. And I believe that we just get basic doctors. No disrespect to the doctors employed on the team, but I just think they're basic. They're not progressive in regards to medical training and stuff, because this has been happening in the last couple of years. And a couple of players like Romero has called it out. He has called it out and had to apologize. It was late January and February, and I remember, and he had to change his statement on Twitter, and he would say, "Man, the medical staff at Tottenham is terrible." I'm trying to remember who's the other player who said that, and the club shut him up, make an apology, and change it. We do everything at this club substandard. So our medical team is substandard. Plain simple, substandard.
Lubo, you wanted to say something on this?
We've had a lot of injuries with match conditions this season, haven't we? It's one of those things, you know, maybe next year, hopefully, we just won't have any injuries. It's, you know, I mean, Liverpool last year hardly had any. It's you just got to be lucky. When Leicester won it, they didn't have any. The year later, Chelsea hardly had any. You got to be lucky. We don't seem to. I mean, what is ridiculous is Bergvall. I did a video last week on this. You know, from our Spurs 5 chat when Johnny brought the video on. Bergvall, they got him running up the touchline and bouncing up and down on a badly sprained ankle, ankle ligaments. Bentancur, they let him walk off the pitch when he tore his knee ligaments. He had an ACL. It's just brain dead. Some of the things they're doing are just horrendous. We just need new owners, new outlook, people that are coming in, understand football, and can go out, pay the money to get top staff. And let's try and build with new owners a centre of excellence going from the top right the way down to the bottom. And for me, that's the only way that we get out of this spiralling position, because if we don't go down this year and it carries on like this, we'll go down next year. You know? So
I suppose the thing with the injuries though, Lubo, is like it's probably really difficult for them to assess exactly what's happened instantly, right? Because
JP Bergvall, I suffer badly with injuries through my footballing career, and my weakness was ankles. And if you've done your ankle, whether it's a sprain, whether it's a tear, you know the difference. Christ, I tore 3 ligaments. I've had sprained ankle ligaments on.
You feel it personally, right?
Bergvall should have come off straight away. None of this running up and down the touchline and bouncing up and down. He should have come off.
But the problem is, how can the medical team?
We're 2-0 up. The medical team should have had him straight off. We had players on the bench. Bring him on. We were banging control. We're playing 10 men. That was totally unnecessary.
I agree with you, but if the medical team say to him, "What's wrong?" "Oh, like my ankle really hurts." "All right, can you run on it? Can you jump up about on it?" "No." "Okay, let's go off then." Right?
Do you know what? You press your fingers into the ankle and you see the reaction. And if it's okay, he's not going to feel that much. But if he's done damage, he's going to feel pain.
See the thing on his face.
You don't have to press much to get a reaction. And they should have done that, and they didn't. But the pair of them are to blame. Bergvall and the medical team, whoever was looking at him. He's out. He's had an operation.
He should know straight away, right? Like as you say, if that pain's like a sharp shooting pain, and like it's different with Bentancur and stuff like that, of course. But the thing is, like we went through this whole injury crisis last year, and we've not really learned from it. But we don't have the depth of squad really, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that we've almost got players for our positions, and we have to play them week in and week out because we don't have a like-for-like level to replace them, right? So they are going to pick up more injuries. They're going to run further. They're going to pick up more knocks. They're going to, get into hard tackles and stuff. It's the same with that. What's his name? Kudos. Literally, like he was our only weapon, and the ball was just going to him every single time.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it surprising that that's going to happen? All right, we'll take him off, and we'll put Brennan Johnson there. Well, he's not to his level, is he?
Solanke and Romero are going to get injured soon. Mark my words. They'll be the next two to get injured.
I was quite surprised that Solanke played the whole game against.
Mate, he couldn't run. He couldn't run. He looks absolutely knackered. He should have come off after 60 minutes, but he kept him on. He was shot to pieces. Should have brought Dave Scarlett earlier, and Tell should have come on earlier as well. But I don't know.
We have an incompetent medical staff, an incompetent manager. The whole club runs on incompetency and a lack of accountability.
Yeah, has done forever. The only person that's ever held accountable.
Where you want to go when you're running a club with that. I'm talking about in footballing terms, right? When you're running a club like that, what are you hoping to achieve?
John Lyle. Sorry, you giggle.
No. What are you hoping to achieve when you're running a club like that? Lack of accountability and incompetency throughout, from management, from medical staff. The whole thing is run like that. And you can't obtain results when you're running a club like that. A footballing club.
Iggy, the only person who's getting grief is Frank. Everybody else gets away scot-free.
The manager always gets stuff.
Yeah, but the
manager is the easiest target because he's the one that's running the show in terms of the footballing side of things. And also you can't sack a whole team. You can sack a manager. So he's always going to, but he deserves what he's getting because 6 months, I've said it before, 6 months, he hasn't, for me, in my opinion, given us an identity in what we're trying to do in terms of play. He looks more confused than convinced in his methods. His substitutions, his calls, his reading of the game. There's so many games I can talk about right here where he's read the situation wrong. He's made the wrong subs. He's set the team out wrong. So, he's
tactical professor. That's what they said.
There's so many it's just I've realised. Listen, so Lubo, I was when we appointed him. I said I was happy with the appointment. I thought he'd be what we needed, but I'm not stupid. I can turn around and say I'm wrong, and I've got it wrong.
Hold on, when I was wrong about Ange,
but today, in the last few weeks, after the Aston Villa game, I realised he was the wrong guy. There's no point. No point insisting in banging the wall, thinking it's made, that you're going to get through it. It's like, just admit it, man. We got it wrong. There's
The
nothing
sad
wrong with
thing
that.
is-
No one's going to shoot you for saying we got it wrong. We got the appointment wrong. After Ange, we needed a certain appointment, but just to say, look, that was a right shit show. We ended up in a good trophy. He's gone. The next appointment, we have to get this bang on because we cannot be in a situation where we finish 17th. No one says that this team
No.
is a top 6, top 4 team. We can be a top 8, top 9, 10.
biggest-
We're not this bad.
The biggest problem is
we're not
the biggest
17.
biggest problem is that we've had the winners. We've had Conte in, we've had Jose in. We're the only club they didn't win a trophy at.
But didn't back
the
them, right?
same fans.
Until the owners sell the club and we get new people in, nothing's going to change. It doesn't matter. You can chuck Glasner in there.
I
next
agree.
year.
I agree. I've always said the owners are the worst thing about this club.
You
I've
can
always
put
said that.
Areola in there. You can put whoever you want in there. If it carries on like this,
I've said this many times. We can be getting rid of Frank, and in 18 months' time, we'll be in the same situation again.
Yeah.
Because the people that are running the show are the same ones. So I'm not.
Our fan base is demented, right? They're lunatics. When we had Jose and we had Conte, winners, the fans turned against them. I was there. The fans turned against.
Didn't like the style of football.
The hate towards Conte was nuts, crazy. The same YouTube channels now calling out the board. They slammed when we had winners. Now we've got a loser, and I'm sorry. Until you win something and you've had 15 years, you're a loser. When we have losers like Frank and Nuno, especially Frank, they want to call out the board. But what are we doing? You're supposed to go after the board when you've got a winner here, when you've got a proper manager. Conte was the shit. He was the truth.
It still works.
He hated Conte.
It's almost to the point of, is the grass greener on the other side? I remember the season of Jose, where still to this day, in the Premier League era, we were in first place mid-December.
Yeah.
Right? The battle against Liverpool. Still to this day, with Jose, we had beaten Arsenal 2-0. We had the Kane and Son marriage. That was the first. It was beautiful. We didn't back him. We brought in Gareth Bale, but we needed help in the back, in the defense, like he said. I remember it was the FA Cup.
Murray. He wanted Skriniar, and we gave him Joe Rodon.
Joe Rodon. We lost 5-4.
And then fans are like, Jose out, get Jose out.
We lost 5-4 to Everton in the FA Cup, right? Very entertaining. People still complaining. Then he got us to the final of the Carabao Cup in a one-off. I'm putting my money on Jose Mourinho against Man City, and people complained, and that's when I said I was full 110% blown Levy out when they got rid of Jose. Fast forward with Conte, where people say, "Oh, this football," but we're still getting results. We were 4th, 5th. All right. Oh, we played more games. All right, we're 6th. I would take that any day than what we've seen the last 2 seasons, minus the Europa League final. But talk about league play, I would take that 100 times over than what I've seen in the league these last 2 seasons. And we were complaining like we won trophies galore. We were complaining when we had the winners here. We were complaining.
We were exactly.
We're not going to see the managers. We're not going to see the like of managers like Conte and Jose for a while. And, and enjoy tomorrow night and the rest of the Champions League, because we're not going to be in the Champions League for a while.
Yeah, but Lubo, we don't have to get Conte and Mourinho, right? I made this argument last month. The last 4 trophies we've won, Terry Venables, Juan de Ramos, George Graham, Ange Postecoglou, all of them were winners before they came here. Venables won at Barcelona. Graham won at Arsenal. Juan de Ramos, one at Seville, and one at Celtic in Asia, right? They had that killer. There's a killer in there. It might not be exactly what we want, but they're killers. It's not surprising that they've all won trophies at Spurs, right? There's managers out there that are killers that aren't the elite managers like Jose and Conte. Glasner, he was a killer at Frankfurt. He won Crystal Palace their first ever FA Cup, their only trophy. Why can't we get managers like that who have got that killer in them?
Don't want Glasner. The biggest problem we've got is we don't have an identity. Set the identity. We want to play progressive, fast forward, attacking football. Glasner will not give you that.
Did you not see Crystal Palace against Aston Villa in the semi-final of the FA Cup last year, where they ripped Villa to pieces, playing on the front, playing attacking football?
Is it? Hasn't lasted. Had this great run beginning of the season, and all of a sudden,
why? They sold their best player Lise, their best player Eze. They've just sold their best centre back Guay. Mate, you can't. If see, this is the problem with fans like you, Lupo.
No.
Right? You want it all. You want it all. You want attacking football and an identity and the best players. You can't have it all unless you're Man City, who go out there and spend insane money that we're never going to spend. We're never going to do that. We're never going to be that Man City club. Right. It's not going to happen. Not with Enoch.
I want to see.
So whilst Enoch are here, bring in a manager.
I don't want that. I don't want another Nuno, a better version of Nuno.
He's not a Nuno. Nuno's won nothing. Glasner won a trophy with Crystal freaking Palace. They finished top 10 last season. At Frankfurt, in a tough German league, he qualified for the Champions League and he won the Europa when good teams were still in it.
There are managers
Glasner's a winner. Glasner's a winner.
There are managers out.
And do you know what? Keep defending Frank. Let's sack Frank and put his number 2 in because you don't think he's good as well. We ain't winning shit with these managers we hire. We need winners. We need killers to come to this club. But the problem is, when a killer comes to this club, you fans can't handle the truth when they drop it. When these killers drop the truth, we can't handle it. When Conte told us the truth, we couldn't handle it. When Mourinho said, Dele Alli's head's gone, Ndombele's a lazy piece of shit, fans couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle Mourinho telling the truth. Instead, you got Frank here. We will win 10 games. We will lose 30 games, and there'll be 12 average. Shut up. Just shut up. Fucking what are you talking about? Sorry, man.
Oh, boy.
I can't listen to it. I can't, oh, yes, Mateus Tell's a very good player. He can play anywhere in the front 3, but I'm going to take him out of the Champions League team, and he will not come on as a sub. I will play Moani. Fucking hell, man. Identity. Lubo, we don't have an identity, and we're never going to have one again. It's a myth. The identity was what, the 60s? The 60s?
No.
Maybe a bit of Poch and Redknapp?
Let's get Poch back in the summer.
So you are Frank out?
I've been Frank out for a few weeks.
What was the point of this freaking argument today?
No, but you've got
after all that.
Still, but you've got to bring in. You've got to bring the right person in now. If you're going to bring in an interim, then it can't just be anybody. Because
you can't bring in the right man now because they're all available in the summer.
No, but you've got to bring someone in who is good enough to stop the rot. And when you're diving down a mountainside, you need something strong to stop that drop.
All right, let me ask you something then, because it seems every YouTuber is demanding that people like me tell you who we bring in tomorrow. Like I've got any say in the matter. Like if I say bring in Nagelsmann, that's going to happen, right? What I say doesn't matter. The point is, if you keep this manager, I agree with Iggy. We're only going in one way.
Sure.
That decline has to stop. Do you honestly think Frank's going to stop the rot?
No, I don't think Frank's going to stop the rot.
So he has to go then. He has to be removed.
Fine.
So he has to go now, and an interim has to come in because we're not going to get Poch now.
And that's what I keep saying. Who is your interim? Who is the interim?
Right. Yeah, but what does it matter what I say? It doesn't matter.
Because you're a YouTuber, that's why, Still. You're a YouTuber.
I give you managers. I say to you, Harry Redknapp. I say Harry Redknapp, he's too old. I say Robbie Keane, he's not going to leave his job. I say Xabi Alonso, why would he come here if he's going to be allowed to leave? Whatever I say, it just gets pushed away. I said put in Burnett, the under-21s coach. Put Burnett in charge. Oh, what's he ever done? Okay, fine. It doesn't matter what I say.
I mean, a few weeks ago, I said on our show, I thought a Redknapp Carrick double act would be good. Carrick's obviously gone. Redknapp to Foe would be good. What's wrong with that?
I'm all right, Lubo, but when I said it on Monday's show, oh, fuck it, he's too old. Fuck it up. I thought you're a coach. All right, well, don't ask me the question. I agree with you. I agree with you about Redknapp. I'm not against Harry Redknapp coming for 4 months.
I even quite like the idea of Klinsmann and Redknapp doing it with Defoe just there on the coaching staff as well.
JP, the problem is that Vinay has come out. He's turned around and he said we looked at 30 managers, and Frank fitted. Frank met all the metrics. So he
did a good presentation and stuff like that, and yeah, he ticked.
And he's going to look stupid now.
But it's better to look stupid than get relegated, right?
Absolutely.
And him at that level, he has to be at that level because he must have done it previously in his career, in his life.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Well, he's never been wrong.
No, he's never been a number one. He's been a number two.
But whatever level he's been at, he's been in positions where some of his decisions have not worked out. And he's had to not necessarily backtrack, but just go, do you know what? That's not working. And he must have done that in his previous life, up to date. We've kind of all done it, right? So it's for the sake of losing face, he's just sticking with Frank to possibly get us relegated. That's just bad management.
It's just save face. You can't save face, man. You have to say you got it wrong, man.
I'm going to run my business into the ground.
You have to say you need to act. And you know what? You need to act, save, get us away from relegation. And at the end of the season, you take stock of everything that happened during that season. Unfortunately, we're not doing that. And we're not anywhere near doing that. And for me, that's a concern. That's a bigger concern than anything really. And I can't. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm not going to make the change because then that will prove that what I did was wrong," mate. By sticking,
it's a £1 billion business.
Come on, man. It's it's a no-brainer. Honestly, it's mind-boggling. The things I'm hearing is mind-boggling. I don't know, man. I just don't see anything changing for the better right now. I just don't. By leaving things as they are, how do you expect a different outcome by taking that same route, that same journey? I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense.
Definition of madness.
It's mind-boggling.
It's been a slide for the last November, December, Jan, 3 months.
They got it wrong. They got it wrong.
I think the only route out, Lubo and Iggy, is for them to accept someone to buy the club, and that person or that organization or whoever buys the club, they need to gut it out and put in fresh management levels in there, fresh coaches, fresh that, because these guys, they'll swap and change these little chess pieces, take Vinay out, get a Vinay Junior in, whatever, take Levy out, get a bit of a structure, but they'll have Levy Juniors in there. It'll be exactly the same, except they're restructuring. They've just changed someone's face, right? It literally needs a whole from top to bottom wipe down from someone literally buying the club and just going, do you know what? All of you guys out.
Mate,
fresh faces, new management levels coming in. What's that?
They failed miserably. Like, I don't understand. Like, in any other line of work, when you failed so miserably, I don't understand.
I would challenge that, Iggy, because they haven't failed miserably, because financially all of their stakeholders and all of their people.
No,
who
not
are
from a
getting
business
dividends.
point of view.
No, I know.
I'm talking
but-
purely
but-
footballing one.
No, yeah. So the football side, they failed the fans and they failed the audience and they failed the person who pays the dough walking in the door. But from their perspective, the business has not failed because the business has thrived, if not grown 1,000x, right?
JP,
It
this is
depends
a
how you
football
want to
club.
judge it, man. Depends how you want to look at it. If you're
JP,
looking from
this is a football club.
yeah,
It is a
so-
football club.
And
And
there's no point in making all this money if the players you need don't want to come and you
okay,
can't spend it. And they've diminished this club so much,
mhm.
and that we've not challenged many in many years in many of the 25 years they've been.
And if everyone sucks it up and just takes it, why do they have to change what they're doing?
Well, unfortunately, listen, fans care, but not enough. That's the problem, as we saw with the protest. If you get 150, 200, and you got 50 odd thousand who could have actually taken 10, 15 minutes of their time and stopped by for that protest.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long.
200.
I guess my point is they're running the business they're running the product into the ground.
Correct.
But they know from a business perspective, the shares are up, the tills are up, the more people in the ground, there's more merchandise, blah blah. All of that's been happening the last whatever years since we moved into that new stadium. So
JP.
from the business side of it, they're happy. The stakeholders on the board are happy. So everyone at that level is happy. The only people that are not happy is the people actually using the product or seeing the product, right?
JP, the crowds are down this season, which means club merchandise is down, food and beverage sales are down. It's down. We had 40,000 roughly empty seats for the group stage matches. 40,000.
And you think that how much of a shame is that? It's like Tottenham in the Champions League.
Exactly. You're averaging 52,000. That's what you're averaging per game in a 62,000 stadium for the Champions League. They get the pricing wrong, completely wrong.
But that's how it
was
affect them, doesn't it?
£96, JP. That's ridiculous. My ticket for Dortmund was £96.
You see?
It was 96 for Dortmund, and I think it was 96 for Villarreal and 85 for the other two for Slavia.
And they wonder why there's only it's about 20% down, right?
Yeah.
In terms of numbers.
About 15-16% down, yeah.
And you know,
just mad.
But it's even okay. They've got rid of Son now, and we'll laugh with Viggy in a minute. They've got rid of Son now. If you had I kind of like my boys are older now, but if you went and got my Spurs shirt, whose name would you have on the back?
That's right.
It's like literally no one. Do you know what I mean? You'd literally have no one. Even though when we were there the other day, Iggy was laughing with us because we were doing a stream. They're still selling Sun shirts.
Yeah. The last recognised international.
Oh boys, the revenue's down. Roll out those Sun shirts that we've still got. Let's bring them back out.
We got a Son section in the mega store. A Son section. Tells you everything you need to know, man. Honestly,
it's a mess, and at the moment you can't see a way out. Unfortunately, we're in dark days at the moment, dark times. I'm telling you,
it's difficult for me to see a way out of it, Lubo. I can't see the light right now.
Well, Vinay Lange, I'm reading Vinay Lange. Lange and Frank. Lange is telling Vinay, you've got to keep Frank. Vinay's going along with it. The club's results are getting worse and worse. So, God knows.
God knows. Gut it from top to bottom. Gut it from top to bottom is why I say.
I know. Guys, I'm going to show
Yeah, no worries. I think we're going to wrap up now.
Yeah, we're going to
anyway.
wrap it up. I think Snow's got internet issues.
So-
He's gone. So
Much love to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, Lubo, for coming on.
No, listen, thanks.
Good to have you.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for everyone who's watched and all the comments.
we need to turn it around and quickly,
We do.
man. And it's the only way even us as a fan base can start getting cheered up and coming on here with a bit more enthusiasm than we have tonight.
Absolutely.
But you have to address what is in front of our eyes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up, Mari. How's things with you? You right? How's your mum and stuff these days? All keeping good?
Progress is better and better, and
Guys, I'm going to shoot.
Hey, Lubo.
See you all. Take care. Fingers crossed.
Take care,
we'll see you all.
everyone.
just little,
So, yeah.
side effects with the low grade chemo that she's taking, but it's doing very, very, very well, and so
Okay, cool.
it's good. Thank you for asking. I know a couple people.
Much
So
love
the-
from everyone. I'm sure everyone in the
So-
chat as well will send your mum some love. So thanks everyone. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like, and all that fabulous stuff. And we'll see you again next week. Hit
Peace.
that outro. Where's the outro, Iggy? Click it. It's here somewhere. I see it.
Do you want me to press it?
Anyways,
Yeah, go for it, Mari. Go for it.
All right. Come on, you Spurs.
Laters.
In the heart of London, shining so bright, blue and lily white, underneath the floodlight. From the lane to the world, we stand shoulder to shoulder. Raise your scarves high in the Spurs corner. Oh, Tottenham Hotspur, North London is ours.